4th down and 6. Olbridge got to have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the Props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions.
New Jersey, New York, two states separated by a river. Today, they're going to face off against each other on the gridiron. It's the New York All-Stars versus the New Jersey All-Stars in the Windale Bates Jr. New York versus New Jersey All-Star Classic here in the Bronx at Maritime College, home of the Privateers. I'm John McCooch, joined alongside David Pizzuto, and today we've got All-Stars, guys that we've seen before here on the PDF Sports Network, the LAL, the EFA. You'll see some familiar faces and some new faces that we're going to meet today, but two teams, we know they don't like each other. If you're from New Jersey, you know you don't like guys from New York. You're from New York, you know you don't like the guys from New Jersey. Maybe a little brother, big brother matchup, but we'll see how this all goes down. But I'm going to introduce my partner, Dave Pizzuto. How we doing?
Thank you, John. Yeah, doing really well and excited to be here at SUNY-Maritime. Beautiful, perfect fall afternoon for football. And you know what? A lot of mutual respect on this field between the two sidelines. But, John, I think you hit it home. In a game like this, the rivalry is intense. It's heated out there. Both of these teams have actually a lot riding on the line. All things considered, when we usually see all-star games, we usually look at it like, gloves are off, and it's just for fun. It's just to showcase talent. Yeah, there's a part of that for this game, but these two teams want to win this game.
They definitely do. I mean, it's two teams. So the reason this happens because on Facebook, these guys like to talk all the time, sure. and we all know that. And eventually there was a lot of discussion about, our state's better. No, our state's better. Right. And eventually everybody kind of said, you know what? Let's play a football game and figure it out. And that's exactly what we're seeing here today. So that's what's on the line. Who's better in semi-pro football here in this Northeast, here in this tri-state area? New York or New Jersey? Because, Dave, we've seen a lot of this football here. Yep. We've covered a lot of it, the EFA, the LAL. We'll talk about it just a bit. But kind of how big is that to these guys? How important is that to these guys that they want to fight not just for their own pride, but really for their state and the leagues they play in and the football that they play in every single week?
Yeah, they represent obviously their states, but they're also representing their leagues, their individual teams, and themselves, and really their hometowns and where they're representing, of course, the high schools they played for, the colleges that they played for, and so on and so forth. And those of us who've been involved with the semi-pro game for a few years know that it is a great community. It's a fraternity, a sorority, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, and everybody off of the field, really admires and respects each other, and we, of course, as broadcasters, admire them all. But when they get on the field of play, there is that sense of representation and what they're doing. And kudos to the guys at the CPSAL, the Charter Public School Athletic League. Karim McFarland is the executive director of the CPSAL, so he took it upon himself to say, hey, look, and we'll hear from Karim in a few minutes, but he took it upon himself to say, hey, there's only one way to settle this discussion, and that's on the field of play. And what better way, John, to do it than after the fall season of football. And like you said, we covered two leagues predominantly, the League of All Leagues and the Elite Football Alliance. And I would say 75 to 80% of the players that make up these rosters, we've had a chance to see in those two leagues. And so it's a chance for them also to kind of finalize their respective seasons. And what better way to do it than in a showcase like this?
Right, to conclusion, again, you're here on CPSAL TV, powered by the PDF Sports Network. So I didn't see as much of that football as you did in the EFA and the LAL. So kind of, how did those seasons go for those teams? We saw the LAL, we covered those New Jersey Sharks, and we covered a ton of teams in the good old EFA. We saw plenty of football there, and you saw plenty of football on PDF Sports Network over there. So thank you for tuning into those games. But, you know, take a look at the EFA, LAL. I mean, we saw a lot of those teams kind of. What do you expect from this game, too, then, after those leagues, and you saw the football that was played there? It's a lot of physical football.
And that's part of the subtext to this game, John, is the fact that those two leagues just so happened that in the championship games of those two leagues, there was a New Jersey team and there was a New York team, and the New York team won both of those championship games. In the League of All Leagues, which they had their championship first, it was the New York Bears, who we were used to seeing a lot of as part of EFA coverage the year before. They went up against the New Jersey Silverbacks, who had a great inaugural season. All credit to them. It was the first time they were on the field as a team. They really played really well. They beat the Bears during the regular season, but the Bears completed an improbable playoff run. They beat the top-seeded Brooklyn Pharaohs. And then they beat, of course, the Jersey Silverbacks, and they took that championship. And then, just a week ago, right here on the PDF Sports Network, we had the New York Bandits, the old guard of the EFA in their seventh season, their first championship game. They played against the Patterson Gravediggers. And the Patterson Gravediggers, too, a first-year program, but representing Jersey. And everybody said, oh, well, the Gravediggers will get the Bandits. They'll even the series out. But the Bandits, a huge fourth quarter in that game, win that one over the Gravediggers 42-22. So in actuality, John, this series is 2-0 in favor of New York. And so it puts a little bit of pressure on the guys in red today, the New Jersey team, to kind of get that one in. Because if they lose this game, New York is going to go 3-0 in these grudge matches now. And that's a long off season for these Jersey players to have to swallow that going into spring football, which usually starts around April.
Right, it's huge. I mean, you look at that New York Bears team, the narrative kind of heading into the season for them, they had to prove they belonged in that league. And
absolutely.
They did more than just that. Obviously, not the regular season they would have won it, but you go win the championship, it doesn't matter. New York, up 2-0. That's usually the story you see in these kind of rivalries, these local rivalries, because, again, when you look at New Jersey, it's a little brother, big brother situation just based on state size, population, everything. There's a lot more talent in New York, but at the end of the day, when you go 11-11 on the gridiron, it doesn't really matter half the time. It's just that football game. So it's going to be a very interesting one day for sure. But we're going to head down. I mean, Dave, you're going to go teleport down to the field real quick and go down, bear the wind with these interviews. And again, he had to bear the wind a little bit. We'll have to bear the wind a little bit. So if it's hard to hear, we apologize. But again, it is windy here at SUNY-Maritime College. But we will hear first from Corinne McFarland, the event organizer for this entire thing that put it all together. So Dave, flick on down there and let's hear.
All right, John, I'm here with Corinne McFarland, who is the principal organizer of this New York versus New Jersey All-Star Game, in, of course, commemoration of Windale Bates Jr. Corinne, tell me a little bit about the impetus for this game. How was it organized? How did the idea get kind of percolated with you and to see it to fruition here?
So, there was a lot of chatter about who's better at football in New York versus New Jersey, right? And so I kept hearing it, and I said, you know what? Let's just put a game together and improve it once and for all on the field instead of on the internet. And then, I saw that, Windale's son was, fighting cancer, and I said, what better way than to add a cause to the game? And so I decided to add that to the game.
Yeah. When people show up here and they see, the game itself, they're going to look, wow, this looks great. Must have been really easy to put together, but it is not. Tell me a little bit about how a game like this kind of comes together, what needs to happen, and how proud you are to see it come to fruition like this.
I mean, first you got to get the venue, right? That's the number one thing, is to make sure that you can secure a venue that's conducive to that type of environment for the game. And then you have to make sure you get the right players, and you got to get people to vote when they think they're all-stars. I mean, let's be honest, right? Everybody think they're all-stars, right? But you got to determine who's really an all-star and who's really not. You might get it right, you might get it wrong, but at the end of the day, as long as the game is happening for a right cause, that's all that matters.
All right, and I can't help but notice, Karim, you got New York All-Star on your shirt. What do you think is going to happen out there on the field today?
I mean, it's New York all day, right? New York over everybody, right? I just hope that, it's a great game, great experience for everybody, and everybody comes out injury-free, and everybody has fun.
All right, Karim, it's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for putting all this together. Thank you. All right, Karim McFarland, John, we'll throw it back up to you.
Thank you, Karim, and thank you, Dave. And interesting, very interesting that you pointed out, Davey, wearing the New York All-Stars, taking sides even though you organized the event. So we'll see. But speaking of that New York team, we will hear from someone you may know from the Brooklyn Seminoles, the head coach over there, Tony Spina, the New York head coach. Dave, teleport again, and let's hear from him.
All right, John, I am here fieldside with the head coach for the New York All-Stars, Tony Spina. Tony, a little bit, you're with the Brooklyn Seminoles, but now to head coach an entire All-Star team, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. I mean, this is going to be interesting. And today is all about the players. You know what I mean? They got picked. They got picked where they appear. These will be All-Stars. Who's going to be the starter and stuff and play votes. And it should be interesting. You know, how they play and how they play against Jersey.
And Coach, let me ask you, as a coach, how do you approach a game like this as far as keeping the team organized together and as far as play calling? How does that really work on a time frame like this and on the sideline? How do you make it all work?
So it's pretty damn impossible. But we're going to try. We're going to put things together as we speak. And let the players play. That's the motto for today.
And Coach, obviously some of your team is on the field here today. Is there anyone in particular that you're looking forward to either coaching today or actually going up against on the other side?
No, that they have a lot. They have a lot of good players on that side. So hopefully for me, on that side. Yeah, no, it's just going to be. Let's see who comes out. That's what today.
Absolutely.
It's for the cameras and everybody to see, right?
Awesome. Coach Tony, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck today on the field. All right, Coach Spina joins us here. Fieldside, John, we'll throw it back up to you.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Tony. You said it was impossible, but here we are. It is possible, and we'll see how his New York team does. Definitely tough to coach in an all-star game. But next up, we have the man of the hour, a player for New Jersey and an event organizer, Rich Gerb. Dave, what do we got from Rich?
All right, John, I am here with Rich Gerb, one of the organizers for this game here today, representing New Jersey here. Rich, a little bit of how it makes you feel to actually see this thing off the ground and actually get your guys here for the actual game.
It started off as like
let me ask you, there's always a lot of and win this thing on both sides. Guys, tell me a little bit about that rivalry and how it's going to play out here today.
yeah, it started years ago when Windale went across the bridge and helped New York win the chips. So now ever since then it's been personal. Ever since then, we're just shining on. We don't like these guys right now. We're cool with them on Facebook, but right now we don't like New York. You know what I mean? I can say this on here. I'm about to blow New York up.
All right, after the game is the time for pleasantries, but during the game, of course, it's game mode only. And tell me a little bit about, I asked Tony Spina this on the other side, how to get the team organized in this way to actually come out and play a good game of football, too. Because at the end of the day, you guys want to play well. How does that all come together on the field here?
Man, it was tough, man, but we had a good practice. Like, I just made a couple calls to people. We had a good practice, so and we just got here. You know what I'm saying? Like football is easy, you feel me? Just the ball in the end zone, stop from getting to the end zone. You feel me? A lot of these guys been playing since they was kids, so it's not been easy.
All right, so Gerb, final question for you. It wouldn't be you without a prediction, so you got to give me a prediction for this one.
21-7 New Jersey.
There you go, you heard it here first. Let's hope they deliver. New Jersey, thank you for joining us today. All right, John, back up to you.
Thank you, guys, and Rich had some fiery words to say. He is dynamite, and we'll see exactly how he performs today, defensive lineman for that New Jersey side of things. We'll see how this gets down. But, Dave, the big discussion in a game like this, obviously it's an all-star game, does not count, towards anybody's regular season, doesn't count towards anybody's championship, but it counts inside. It counts to these guys' heart, to these guys' pride. So how do you kind of balance that when you obviously, everybody wants to stay safe, everybody wants to stay composed, but you also want to go out, prove everything, prove the New York doubters wrong, prove the New Jersey doubters wrong, depending on where you're at. How do you kind of dial that in and stay composed in a game like this?
Yeah, I think the first thing is exactly that. You have to kind of stay dialed in and into the moment. You know, games like this, John, even on the professional level, you tend to see, you know, some mistakes made with pre-snap, you know, too many guys in the huddle, guys not knowing when their package is called or when to come out of the game, when to come into the game. So I think the first part is just try to keep the fundamentals, you know, together. Try to keep yourself together in your head in the game. Know, you know, what your package is. Know when you need to come in and out of the game. And then beyond that, it's about not trying to do too much. You know, in an all-star game, sometimes you get so wrapped up in like, I'm an all-star, I got to make the big play here, that you forget that football is still a game, you know, to have a good time and to let your natural talents take over. So I think in an all-star game, the all-star players need to just temper themselves. All they got to do is play a game of football, not try to be the hero on every single play, not overdo it on every single play. And honestly, John, I believe that the team that has less penalties, that's able to control the ball and not have turnovers, is probably going to win this game. That's how good the two sides are talent-wise. The fundamentals and the intangibles will probably make the difference.
And a big thing, you know, you look at college football. I watch a lot of rivalries. It's the best part of college football. I look at Texas, Oklahoma. Really, the story of those games, the first drive. When you get the ball first, who makes that first statement? And a lot of times you want to be the guy that makes that statement. You want to punch out a football. You want to go for a long touchdown. But a lot of the time, it's just having a long drive, start things off. So, again, like you said, stay dialed in, stay composed, and all of that. Also a big factor today, we're up here comfy in the booth doing just fine. But outside, it is windy, it is cold, and it is frigid. We are right on the water, and it is a beautiful shot. Shout out to Sal up there. But it is a beautiful day, but it's also windy. How do you deal with that as a player? You can't really throw the ball as much. Can't get as much zip on the ball accuracy-wise. So I would expect a lot of running today. I don't know about you, Dave.
I would 100% agree. And we were downstairs, obviously, cutting those interviews, and that was the theme of the interviews. All you heard was the wind kind of drowning us out. But it gives you a sense of what the way it is down there on the field. You can't even appreciate it by looking at the flags at the top of the goalpost, because right there on the field of play, it is really windy. And so, John, I agree with you. I think we're going to see a lot of the run game, at least to start in this game. Maybe, you know, some passes out in the flat, some screen passes. You know, I would not expect the ball to go all the way down the field, although I do expect the teams to take a shot here and there, kind of open the breadth of this game up a little bit, open up the lungs a little bit of this game. But, yeah, that's going to be a game within the game here today. Something we have to look into, John, is how both of these teams measure and temper the wind, because it is a factor, and you said it. You could see it right in the top of your shot, right off the water, and that's going to play a big factor in a game like this.
We're awaiting the coin toss here. We got the coin toss coming up right here. These guys shaking hands, getting close to each other. We'll just keep watching this one unfold as it goes along. And obviously, these guys have a ton of respect for each other. We're just kind of having fun with this one. But clearly, the vibe on the field was, hey, I mean, you heard it from Rich Gerb. We don't like these guys.
Nope.
We want to hit them. We want to go after them. So it's going to be important to find a balance of that. I would say that a windy game, a cold game kind of plays into that too, because by default, you have to be so much more physical than your opponent. And again, in a game like this, East Coast rivalry, you're going to have to lay some hits. You're going to have to lay some booms. And we know these guys on the defensive side of the ball, they want to go deliver a big hit against some guys that they may have said some things to on Facebook. Right. You never know. So a lot of that's going to happen early, and we'll see. You know, we have official today, obviously, so we'll see how they kind of temper the game as well. But how do you kind of, you know, I would say that the wind plays into that physicality. How much physicality would you expect from that?
Absolutely, because the game gets smaller. It gets kind of, you know, in 5 and 10 yard in the trenches kind of is where the wars take place. And you know, in an all-star game too, just backing up to what I was saying before, you want to be that guy to make that first play, right? You want to be that guy to set the tone or let people know, hey, it's going to be this kind of game. We didn't come here, you know, to just look pretty in our new uniforms and you know, hang out. We're here to win the game. So it'll be something that we see in this one. As we saw the result, I think there was a deferral on the opening coin toss. We'll see who gets the ball first. But
I saw a receive signal.
Oh,
so
okay.
We'll see exactly. But I think whoever won the coin toss said they will take the coin toss. But We will see exactly that. So you can go back to the video. But again, we have the coin toss. And the coin toss went off peacefully, so that's always good to see. That's definitely the first moment. You see a lot of times, there are games where guys won't shake each other's hands on the coin toss. I don't want to bring up Oklahoma again, but remember that from Oklahoma, Kansas, to see how that worked out. But we've got red versus white in terms of the jerseys.
Right.
New Jersey will be wearing red. New York will be wearing the white jerseys. They've got the beautiful skyline on the back of their jerseys, but it does cover their names, so that'll be hard for us.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit tougher for us. And that's something that we should mention for all you folks at home, too, is that we have a lot of players who are wearing identical numbers. There's quite a number of, there are multiple, 2, 3, and 4 people wearing the same number. Now, we will do our best to give you who those players are. Some of them we know by sight. Some of them we'll know by their helmet that they're wearing. And, of course, most of the time we'll know based on the number, the name on the back of their jersey. But it might take us a little bit of, repetition for us to get that down, for sure.
So, just bear with us for the first quarter or so. It appears that the wind has not affected our audio. Again, we're in the press box. So, again, thank you for tuning into those pregame interviews as well, despite the wind and everything. So, it looks like New Jersey will kick it off to New York. That's something you see a lot. New Jersey kicking it off to New York. A lot of New Jersey commutes to New York, giving it to New York. We'll see how this first kickoff goes for New Jersey. For New York, looks like Christian Grizzle back there to take the kickoff for New York.
Yeah, Tyler Petty's back there as well. A couple of guys that we're used to seeing. Petty, of course, from the champion New York Bears side.
Right. I'm seeing 2 different color jerseys for New York as well. I think we have some wearing black jerseys, some wearing red jerseys. I guess
for Jersey, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I heard some discussion before. They're wearing the old jerseys, and they were not happy about that. But here we are. So it's a bit more. Another reason to be confused here up here. Another reason. We also have some great production here. We've got guys announcing. We've got MCs.
We have the Bleezies upstairs from us, Rams and Steph Cologne, who we know very well. They're on top on the roof, calling the game for the fans in the stands. They do a great job. We have Earl to our left from the New York Bandits. So quite the crew here, and just a great experience. And I think we saw it for the interview with Rich Gerb of the fans behind us, and we got a view of the bleachers, and it's definitely improved there as far as fan attendance too. So good to see.
Definitely good to see. It's always great to see an event like this. Just fun times of the game of football. Everybody having fun. That's all you ever want to see. This is just a great event. Thank you to everybody here. Thank you to SUNY-Maritime for allowing this to be put together. And on CPSAL TV, powered by the PDF Sports Network, I'm John McCooch, here with Dave Pizzuto to my left.
And I think kicking off will either be Rashawn Roach or Stephen Jones. They're wearing a Jersey Sharks helmet, but we have 2 Jersey Sharks wearing number 7 as well. So
not sure how that happened, because there was only 1 7 I remember from calling the Sharks.
Right,
game,
it was Stephen Jones.
Right, Stephen Jones, a great running back. I don't think that's Stephen, but we'll find out.
I don't know. I kind of think it might be.
Maybe it is?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get my binoculars out.
Bigger body on that.
Yeah. That's what
guy.
we're looking for. You know what? I'm going to guess that's Stephen Jones Jr. How about that? That's him. Kicking off this time. Yeah, we're still awaiting the actual kickoff of this one here in the Bronx.
We have some of the Gravediggers wearing their normal jerseys for Jersey.
Right.
Lamar Johnson on the bottom of your screen's not in there. Now you see him on the extreme left-hand corner. He just exited. And number 8, Waleek Huffin as well. He's the holder here on this play.
Where we got a whistle blown. We're about to be underway. And we have kickoff. Here are the New York versus New Jersey All-Star Classic, the Windale Bates Junior Classic, as this kickoff is returned. He's being carried and lifted, still going forward down past the 50-yard line. And he'll be down at around the 48, 49 and a half maybe. He got carried about 10 yards.
He sure did. I think that was Tajay Montgomery who might have gotten. He was one of the up men on the play. I believe that was him, although we will get try to get his helmet here on our binoculars. But good job by the up man to grab that one.
Yeah. Good job to just get there. And again, you see it early. These guys playing physical, but teammates carrying. You get the line push, and we'll see exactly who is leading the charge for New York. Coming out first for this squad and the New York All-Stars.
Yeah, a chance to kind of set the tone offensively. Of course, teams always like to go on defense first, so they get the second half kickoff. But the byproduct here is you got to get that stop here to set the tone. And it will be Rodriguez.
Juan Rodriguez.
Yeah, Juan Rodriguez to start things off behind center here and out of the shotgun.
Juan Rodriguez will lead the charge. So he'll be in charge of how this goes for New York offensively. The All-Stars from NY. Takes a snap, hands it off, takes it high, and he'll just get back to about the line of scrimmage. And a big stuff from Jersey early here in this one. Looked like Jay Everett got in there on the tackle.
Yeah. And it looked like it was DeJory Addison who got taken down for a loss of 2. Somebody just opened our door and all our papers went flying.
The wind is not too far from us, but we're, again, trapped in this box, so it's kind of for the better. So, down about 2nd down and 12 he got there. So he lost a couple yards on that play. DeJory Addison took the first carry of the day.
Addison was the offensive MVP last week in the EFA championship game.
Rodriguez takes a snap, looks to his left, quick out. He's got a receiver making some moves, and he'll pick up plenty of yardage to get close to that first down.
Yeah, that was Kadeem Wilson on the catch. And exactly what we said, John, with this wind going on, you pass it out into the flat. It's only travels about 10 yards in the air, and then you let Wilson do the rest. That's a nice, healthy gain of about 8 on the play, and it makes it a 3rd and a manageable 4 yards.
Very manageable, closer to that first down. So 3rd and about 4 here from Maritime College. And again, like you said, that's the route you want to see. You want to get the ball in a receiver's hands. You don't need to throw it 10 yards because, well, I guess you can at this point. Rodriguez with Addison to his left. Reading defensively. Get some guys to jump. This will be a free play here. Rodriguez looking for that out. He's got him again. Big juke move, looking to break some ankles, going the other way, and he's out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, but he'll have that first down. Kadeem Wilson shaking guys out of their boots.
Yeah, and that looked to be a free play no matter what, and it would have given New York the first down. And Wilson already making a big impact here in the early stages.
Already. Okay, the guys up here in the press box are getting hyped. Not sure if you can hear the oohs and ahs up here, but big move, brought some extra yardage as well. And again, you got the flag, and we'll take a look at that one as well. So easy free play, boom, 2 guys jump. Rodriguez has free will to do whatever he wants. And he's got Kadeem Wilson, made some great moves on that play, got shoved out of bounds.
Yeah, he faked everybody out, including Sal Chuccio upstairs.
Yeah, right. Sure, he wanted that for his tape, but he'll get some more juke moves in here. Rodriguez has Addison to his left now. Takes it, hands it off to Addison. Addison looking to go somewhere, but can't go anywhere, but he breaks a tackle. Addison moving, rumbling and rambling, stiff arming, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. Addison, a battering ram here in Maritime.
John, that was a theme last week in the EFA championship. Just when you think you have Addison dead to rights or in the backfield, he'll just make a guy, he'll make a second guy miss, a third guy miss, and just amazing as that, I think, has moved the chains up. It has.
First down, New York. First down, New York is DeJory Addison. Not sure if we got that again, but we do have it again because I want to see this one. I want to see this guy rumble. This was a beautiful run. Again, I thought he was down for I thought there might have been a face mask, too, on this play. But he was down for a loss of yardage. They just got that guy off of him, broke through a tackle, and just ran right through everybody. Turned a loss of yardage into a first down to DeJory Addison.
Yeah, it was a good job by Kofor to get out there and blow up the play in the backfield, but wasn't able to finish.
Rodriguez looking to his left, throws it into the end zone, and he's got him!
It's not down. Yeah,
touchdown! Yeah. New York! Kadeem Wilson! What a grab from Wilson, and New York strikes first. And he's celebrating. He's ready to roll. So New York gets on the board first. Here in this one as SUNY-Maritime, and just burned them. Miscommunication defensively, wide open, fell down before the end zone, but no one touched him, and that is a touchdown for New York.
Yeah, just a great job on the opening drive. Of course, again, You win that toss, you choose to defer so that you can play defense first to get that stop, and without missing a beat, New York takes the lead.
The big question, so kicking-wise, it's tough to find kickers for an all-star game. New York has a kicker on the roster, and it seems that they will make the kick, Fernando Cardenas.
Yep. Cardenas, we also saw last week, he did miss an extra point, the one that he attempted last week, but familiar face in the semi-pro circuit.
Scoreboard said they had 75 points on the board.
Well, hey, that looked like a 75-point touchdown.
Pretty much.
Gorgeous play.
So we're just slowly counting down on that scoreboard. So we'll see if they're supposed to count down to 6 or 7 after this PAT, and that kick is up, and it is good. So 7 points on the board for New York to start things off, and the scoreboard has adjusted as well here at about 10:48 left in quarter number 1. And Dave, that is exactly, we talk about first drives to start this game. That is the first drive that you want to see. New Jersey committing some mistakes defensively, but they got it done on the first drive of the game. New York, the All-Stars over there, big 7 points.
Oh, that's great. What a great way to start the game if you're New York, and if you're New Jersey, you're just, 4 minutes and 12 seconds into the game, and immediately you're down on the scoreboard. So the pressure immediately gets put on your offense, which has never taken a snap together before, to try and get a response. That's about as picture perfect. And what I really liked about that drive, John, even though it only lasted 4 or 5 plays, was that it was a good, healthy mix of run and pass. We thought it was going to be run with the wind being what it was, but Juan Rodriguez not afraid to sling it. And how about Kadeem Honcho Wilson, 3 catches on that drive, and the one, of course, the big one for the touchdown.
They call him Honcho, you said?
Honcho.
Kadeem Honcho Wilson?
Yep.
There you go. We've got Honcho on the other side in Jersey,
Or
number
Honch,
77.
they call him.
Right, we got Honcho and Honcho today. But a big catch from Honcho Wilson. And again, we didn't think there was going to be a lot of passing in this game, and then immediately, okay, they're going to go drive and get a touchdown off the pass. I mean, it was all set up by the run from DeJory Addison, just barreling through, and obviously a free play led to one of the Wilson catches. Now this one kicked off, and New Jersey will receive, and he'll make some moves, trying to work it around the 30-yard line, getting some blocks, working outside. Can he get to around midfield? And he's tackled from behind at around the 45-yard line, maybe the 46.
Yeah, really nice, healthy return there. Gives the Jersey team definitely great field position to start things off, and that's got to feel good. You don't have to start from deep in your own end. That's a blank black helmet, too, so unable to figure out right now who that was on the return. Right. Smith.
We see some familiar faces, though. We see some Sharks helmets. I worked some Sharks games over there for you.
That was Nadir Smith on the return, so great job by Nadir on that return.
Nadir Smith takes the first return. I mean, he got plenty of extra yardage. Got a good block as well for his squad, and he'll be outside for Jersey. So for Jersey, a big moment. They got to respond in their own way after giving up a first drive touchdown. It's like Chris Cuolo be the quarterback. The Sharks helmet.
Is it, or is it Zamir Wise? I think that's Zamir Wise. And it's Stephen Jones joining alongside him.
So Stephen Jones and the Sharks helmet to his left.
I think we have an immediate flag here.
We got a big flag already.
Well, and I don't know if New York had too many guys in the huddle. Let's see. Somebody went off for New York, so there was a possibility. Yeah, there was 5 men. There was 12 men in the huddle.
Right. Too many men. So that'll be a penalty. So again, you are right. It is Zamir Wise taking the snaps at quarterback today. Chris Cuolo's on the roster, assumedly the backup, and then Stephen Jones to his left is the running back. We saw Stephen Jones a lot for the Sharks this season, barreling through players as very physical runners. He'll take the first carry of the day, and he's stuffed for a couple yards on the loss.
Yeah, so very similar to how New York's drives started with a 2-yard loss right up the middle through the A-gap, and New York was not having it.
It's like Noble made the tackle on that play. For New York, Tyreek Noble.
Yeah, Tyreek with the Brooklyn Pharaohs this past summer and fall. Great season as usual. He's one of the highlighted players usually on the New York defensive side of the football.
So Jersey, after getting awarded an extra 5 yards from the penalty, ends up giving up a couple on a rushing attempt. Wise. It's player in motion. Wise hands it off to Jones again. Jones trying to work outside, but again, 3 New York players, but he keeps barreling through and fighting through and picks up about 3 yards.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a great 2-yard run because he was dead to rights about 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And just to get back and make that officially a 1-yard gain to make it 3rd and 6, that's a good quality effort by Jones, who really, upon grabbing that handoff, John, had 3 white jerseys on top of him, and led by Gerard Revanche, who's just been terrific with the Bears.
They're down in 6 coming up for New Jersey. So, again, you do not want to see a 3-and-out after giving up a touchdown. It's one of the fatal mistakes you can make as an offense. But New York, like you said, 3 players right to the football immediately for this New York team. They come out flying.
Yeah.
I mean, they have just had such a great start to this game, but we'll see if Wise and this Jersey offense can make things happen here at around midfield.
I'd like to think this is probably 2-down territory here, right at the 50-yard line. 6 yards to go.
It's an all-star game, too. Why punt? Wise drops back, rolls out to his left, looking for somewhere to go. We got a flag on the play. Wise is brought down. We'll see exactly what the flag is in the area of holding potentially. Wise is brought down for the sack.
And they'll probably decline it as well and take the result of the play, which is probably the same exact thing anyway, and they'll leave it at 4th down most likely. But, yeah, that time Wise a little bit indecisive, and you heard a lot of, calls from coming in the stands area and even in the booth saying, throw the ball, because there was a player out in the flat, and unfortunately that play got blown up.
That's a big loss. Looks like they will end up punting the football here because you kind of have no choice after a big sack. And, again, that's what taking that sack does. If it's 4th down and 6, you can still think about maybe going for it at midfield. But now that it's about 4th down and 15, 4th down and forever, you have to punt this football and send it back to New York here on this play.
Yeah, exactly. So it takes away the ability to go for it there. And obviously in a game like this where you don't have a lot of familiarity with your receivers, Wise was just not on the same page there with some of his wideouts. And it's only a matter of time. You're not going to get 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket to make a decision there. And he found out the hard way.
You're on CPSAL TV, powered by PDF Sports Network. Awaiting the punt here. Player might have went early. There is a flag. This may have been a free play offensively, and this is taken by Jersey for a downing. But there was a flag on the play. We'll see if they even take it because it looks like a player jumped off early.
Yeah, it looks like Lewis was the player back deep for New York, but let that one alone, and it looks like it will be an offsides call. So now instead of a 4th and 15, you get a 4th and 10 here on the re-spot.
So do you go for it here, or do you punt it yet again?
And actually, I think they're going to take the result of the punt because there was no return on the play. So they'll go the other way, and that ball was spotted down the 25-yard line. So all things considered, that was a pretty decent punt, about 35 yards. But more importantly, John, no return. And keep an all-star from getting ahead of steam and down the field on you. That's a win for the punt team.
Right. That's the big thing about all-star games. Everybody's good. Everybody's quick. Everybody can play. So you do not want any of these guys to touch the football in the return game, especially. He had some open space, too, if he was able to return it. We'll see this New York offense again. Juan Rodriguez threw a touchdown pass to Kadeem Wilson earlier on the first drive of the game. New York has the ball back with 7:28 left to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, so about midway through the first quarter, and a lot of pressure already on this New Jersey defensive side here. They need to stop.
Rodriguez takes it, hands it off, and that one is blown dead. Looks like a false start.
Yeah, it looks like Pear was the running back of record there, but never materialized. This will probably be going up against the offense, most likely, and they'll back him up 5 yards.
The false start adds to 1st and 10, makes it 1st and 15. So Kevin Pear taking the snaps at running back for New York, and previously it was Ajori Addison.
Yep, Addison had a really good first drive as well. Broke a couple of tackles, but story of that first drive was Kadeem Wilson.
3 catches on that drive.
Yep, including the touchdown.
The only receiver that caught passes on that drive as well. So we'll see if Rodriguez gets anyone else involved here this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's lined up in the slot now.
It's a spot where you can get high volume in terms of catches. And we've got pointing. We might have another false start. So that'll make it first down at 20.
Yeah, it's something we highlighted in the pregame is we're probably going to see a lot of this, unfortunately, just not, these players, of course, haven't practiced much together at all. We did see them early here on this field getting some of the cadence down and the timing down, but unfortunately, it's the huddles, getting in and out of the huddle, getting on and off the sidelines, and, of course, pre-snap.
Right. New Jersey probably didn't get here until about 1:30.
Right.
So this game did start about a half hour later than expected as Rodriguez takes it, play action, gets it to his player out on the screen side of things, and that one's just stuffed up by Jersey.
Yeah, great open field tackle. I believe that was by Blakey, and I think that was Sadiq Nathaniel on the catch.
So Nathaniel gets stuffed on the screen. They tried to just pick up some yards and make this a bit more manageable, but now you get it to about second down, back to the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard. So second down and quite a bit for this New York offense.
Yeah, either way, though, the goal there is to give your players space in the open field and make a move or two. But that was a nice job by the secondary to sniff that one out, weave their way through the line of scrimmage, and make a good open field tackle.
Rodriguez has a long way to go as he drops back, looks all the way outside. He's got a receiver, he's got a man, and he's got room, and he might be gone. New York blazing through for a touchdown. Wow! From second and forever to 6 points. New York back on the board.
That's a gorgeous pass. It was on a rope and in stride, and then it was just a foot race from there. That looked like it was Shannon James on the catch, or was it Errol James? We have two James wearing number 15.
Two James at 15.
Both
well,
are
James got it. How about James?
Yeah, both dynamic in their own right. And just like that, 13-0.
13-zip.
And on 2nd and 19 to boot.
Second down. Again, it was just how can Rodriguez maybe get closer to a first down? How can no, forget about that. He's got a player and one man to beat, broke a tackle, and that's a touchdown. We'll take a look. What a play. Yep. We got the point after coming up in a second as well. They're discussing it, so we may have a second.
Yeah, while they're getting substitutions in the game, we'll take a look.
On. So, again, we'll take a look at the Rodriguez touchdown pass. What a delivery. And, again, nobody back there, only the one high safety back there, and that's all he had to beat was just that one safety, and he was just gone for New York. But what a play. Kick bobbled, and he's got to just take this. He is brought down, so it will be 13-0 as that point after fails. And again, we talked about it on those false starts, so 2 false starts. The communication's not there in an all-star game like this. These guys haven't played with each other, really. Maybe some mutual teammates on some other teams, but interesting. And now they're playing New York City. On the scoreboard.
And, John, on the first drive of the game, I think New York ran 6 plays total. I'm trying to do the math in my head, but it was either 5 or 6 plays. On that drive, they only really got 2 plays off because of the penalties. So on 7 plays from scrimmage, New York has reached the end zone twice now. A couple of touchdown passes for Juan Rodriguez, and they are making a huge statement here. And we still have 6 minutes and change to go here in the first quarter. So, man, oh man, New Jersey needs a great response here to even get themselves back into the picture of this game, let alone in the game.
Huge moment here again for Jersey. Because after talking all that smack on both sides, you've got a blowout brewing right now here in the first quarter, 13-0. It's tough to come back from 2 possessions, but we've seen comebacks before. But I mean, you expected a tight game, and a lot of people kind of follow this. No, New York has more talent, you would imagine. But New Jersey, how do they strike back? How do they respond to this game?
Yeah, and they essentially only went to 3 and out to start. So they've only run 3 plays.
So no semblance of an offense yet. New Jersey returning this, looking for a room, looking for a hole, but he will get lifted up, and he flicks it back. He's trying the lateral, and it works. And it's out. It's out again.
Yep.
Trying to keep lateraling it. I believe New Jersey kept it. We got a player down for New York. What decisions? And they're just trying stuff out here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, John, who ended up with it last, but that was
tell.
lateral twice. The first one actually hit the ground before it was picked up, but for what it's worth, Jersey got about an extra 4 or 5 yards out of those laterals, but that is a little bit, it's one you go back to the sidelines and maybe chuckle a little bit, but you also have to wipe your brow and say, oh boy, that could have been bad.
Nadir Smith on the return. That could have been very bad if there wasn't that player back there. New York almost wanted it. New York wanted it bad there. I mean, you cannot expect that. But New Jersey does keep the football here in the Windale Bates Jr. All-Star Classic.
And I'm very anxious to see how New Jersey responds here.
Right.
Down by a couple of touchdowns now. Do they start to feel the weight of this deficit and, look to get a big play here somehow? They went to the run a couple of times and got blasted in the backfield. And then, of course, they took that big sack on their only pass attempt here.
So we will see.
Yep, we do have a new quarterback here.
Right.
And it looks like it might be Rashawn Roach, maybe.
Roach delivers
or
it. Finally has to complete that pass, and he's just spinning around. We've got a towel knocked down, and that's a loss of a couple there.
Yeah, that was either Nas Clark or Jason Sishin. Let's see who that was. Yeah, that was Sishin on the catch.
Sishin on the catch for Jersey, right, takes that loss. Sishin, big-time player. And another one of those players, kind of like Kadeem Wilson, that can catch a lot of passes in the slot, try to take a screen there. And that was just blown up immediately. But like you said, I'm also anxious to see what New Jersey does here because, again, New York so far dominating, and it can get ugly quickly in a scoreline like this where New Jersey is on the field. If they go 3 and out again, things can happen.
Yep, and that's either Rashawn Roach or Stephen Jones in at quarterback. Not quite sure.
We'll see if we can get a look at the jersey, but the Shark takes a snap. He's looking to make some room, looking to make a move, and he's got space. He's got room, trying to bounce it out again. They can't bring him down, and he's stuffed out of bounds.
He does not have a name on the back of his.
Oh, of course.
Does not have a name, but I think that is Stephen Jones, actually.
Yeah, that is Stephen Jones Jr., so not sure what happened to Wise there, but went with Jones.
Well, actually, that is Rashawn Roach.
Rashawn Roach.
The guys next to us have. Rashawn Roach.
Rashawn Roach.
And we
quarterback.
We saw.
So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. 6 minutes left on the clock here in the first quarter. Takes the snap. Drops back. He's got nowhere to go so far. Can't make a move, and he's sacked. Brought down, New York. Joe Massaquoi brings him down on that play.
Yep, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And again, because of the because of going backwards now, it kind of forces your hand on what you can do here on these 4th and longs. And it is indeed 4th and about 15 after a loss of 9 yards on that sack.
So New Jersey gets stuffed again. So far, New York is winning the battle. New York is proving that semi-pro football is better in New York. Can New Jersey respond at any point in this game? They've got to respond defensively now. Big punt coming up.
Yeah, 100%.
For New Jersey.
Back deep, I believe, is number 1, Kareem Williams, or actually that is Wilson back there.
Wilson back there.
So tough, a couple of 3 and outs here to start for New Jersey, and they're going to give the ball right back to a red-hot New York team. And if Juan Rodriguez is only going to play the first quarter, he's going to have another chance.
Punt bounces, and his legs are taken out, and that is a flag. So we'll see if they call that roughing or running into. Probably roughing. That'll be a first down. First down, New Jersey, so a big mistake on special teams.
Well, they almost got to it, John. They almost got a hand on that one, but 15 yards on 4th and 16, but an automatic first down. That's the key on that play, and it keeps the Jersey drive alive, and one that they have to have. We should mention that there's about 4 minutes and change remaining in this first quarter, but official time is being kept on the field, so we'll look for that signal as we have to be winding down here. And the ball is spotted exactly at the 50. So here we go, 50 yards to pay dirt.
Right, there was a discussion that the clock wasn't moving before, but the clock operator said we got it. So we'll see how accurate this clock is to the actual game clock, 4:43. Two receivers out on both sides, stacked behind each other. Handoff for New Jersey. That is stuffed immediately. Yet again, New Jersey cannot get the run game going so far.
No, that's it. It's been really hard. It's either Jorge Vale or Taheem Black on that last carry, but nothing doing there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 for New Jersey. Because again, they got the boon of a first down on the roughing the kicker.
Yeah, and like you said before, John, New York was here early, and they were practicing on this field before that. Jersey got here really late, haven't been able to practice, and now we have the end of the first quarter.
So that'll do it for the first quarter, actually. So the clock not accurate. So that'll send us to a break. Here in the first quarter, New York up 13-0 over New Jersey here in this Hudson River crossover in this Windale Bates Junior All-Star game. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second quarter of play. And we're back, so no long break here. First quarter gets right back to it. It's like Kareem Williams broke that up for New York. 13-0 is your score here in the Windale Bates Junior All-Star Classic. Here at SUNY-Maritime College, home of the Privateers, the host of this event. Again, they got pressure early against this New Jersey squad, and it's a tough 3rd down coming up at around midfield. New York applying pressure. They brought the blitz against the quarterback. Now looking, takes a snap, long 3rd down and 10. Just gets it down the flat, and he brings the boom! New York striking early, pops them, didn't forget the smoke, and that'll break that up to make it 4th down. So in a quick breakup at midfield, what a hit, laying the boomstick, breaking up that pass. And we'll get a punt coming up from Jersey. We'll take another look at that one. A big hit. And those are the hits you expect to see here in this game between two teams that do not like each other.
No, that pretty much settles that, right? I mean,
yeah.
A little bit of hello, how are you doing here to start this second quarter. And really, New Jersey hasn't done much. It's a bad snap.
Bounces again. He's just got to go. This is a turnover on downs at the 40-yard line. So the punt fails. And New York will take over, crossing midfield.
Yeah, and at this point, John, it looks like Jersey has negative yards in offense as well. I mean, they just haven't been able to do much. And, you know, that was not the fault of the punter at all. It was just a horrible snap from the get-go. And New York makes it hurt. And now they got the ball on a short field to boot, up by a couple of scores. Tough going here for Jersey.
Yeah, that happened on the last punt attempt that ended up becoming a roughing the kicker. The punt, the snap bounced. He was still able to pick it up, but now we'll see the New York offense again.
Yep, and they're right in the way of that sun. You can see it on your screen here. Really hard to make out some of the players here. That sun right up against us. But New York with a chance to really insert an early dagger in this one.
And that's not what you want to see in an all-star game, but New York wants to see it.
And Rodriguez is going to stay in at quarterback as well for Team New York.
Yeah, we're not sure if they're going to cycle out quarterbacks at all.
Right.
Considering it's an all-star game. The Pro Bowl usually play, first quarter, second quarter, change the quarterbacks up.
It's pair in the backfield as well.
Rodriguez looking. He's got a man deep. He's looking to make a play, and it's too far on that play on first down.
Yeah, that was in the direction of Mike Lewis, I believe. He was racing near about the 10-yard line. Wonder how much of the wind played in on that as well.
Definitely factored in just a bit. Definitely also a tough play to make. Good coverage on the outside on that play.
Yeah, it looks like New York is going to work quickly, too. They kind of do a muddle huddle there and get right back into it.
Makes sense. They want to just deliver that dagger. They want to strike that blow. Rodriguez hands the ball off, fakes the pass, and that will pick up a few yards, but we got a flag thrown on the play as well. Holding on the offense, a very quick call.
Yeah,
so back him up 10.
So rather than a 3rd and about 7, it'll be 2nd and 20.
2nd down and 20 in New York. Giving up a big boon to New Jersey, who was on the brink of just being in a very tough deficit, and now New York backed up past midfield.
Yeah, so, it was I think it was a 2nd and 19 when they hit the big strike for the touchdown in stride. And so they're not going to really flinch here on 2nd down and 20.
An all-star game like this, you run the same play. Now they got 2 high safeties here as well. Defensively, New Jersey learned their lesson, because they've got some playmakers on this New York side.
New quarterback here.
New quarterback.
Oh, is it? No, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Sorry about that.
Same quarterback for New York. Rodriguez, that is. Gets the guys to go early. Another free play coming up. It will be a sack, but he did go early, obviously. So that'll pick up a 5-yard play. And keep it a 2nd down as well.
Right. So 2nd and 15, and Rodriguez knew he had a free play there, but just couldn't get one off. He was looking in that direction here on the near sideline, but unfortunately, there's a reason why there was such great pressure.
That was the quickest get off you'll ever get.
Unabated.
Too bad it doesn't count. And again, that miscommunication, you're not used to these guys' cadences, signals, everything in this all-star game. So you've seen a few of those penalties. New York's gotten a couple free plays in this game. And there's another one right there. So 2nd down and 20 turns into 2nd down and 15 for New York and these all-stars. Here on CPSAL TV, powered by the PDF Sports Network. I'm John McCooch alongside Dave Pizzuto. New York up 13-0. They sit at the 45. Rodriguez drops back, looks, he's got deep down the sideline, and he can't make the catch. Quay Mosby.
That was intended for Mosby, and Mosby had a step or two. If that was more in line down the sideline, instead Mosby had to kind of stop his route and jump up to see if he can come down with that in bounds. And again, that's a product of the wind as well on this field and right on this water here.
Right.
But it's going to set up a 3rd down and long.
Quarterbacks can miss throws and just say, oh, it's the wind. So they get a bit of a benefit there to coaches.
Yeah, very easy to hide behind that. But I think Rodriguez knew from the very beginning who he was going to on that play. And the ball wasn't a really bad one. It just hung up there too long. And unfortunately, Quay Mosby couldn't elevate enough.
Couldn't get there. For New York, Rodriguez drops back, looks to his left, makes a strike in the middle of the field. He's got room, and he might be gone. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, New York, yet again.
Tyler Petty. I mean, the Jersey.
Whole team's coming off to celebrate.
Right.
Whole team's coming off the sideline to celebrate, and they look alive today.
And those passes in the middle of field, in line, in perfect harmony. That is teammate to teammate there. Rodriguez to Petty. And just all the way to the house.
Petty makes the play. Tyler Petty.
No, that's Shannon. Shannon James.
That's Shannon James.
Now they're
Thank
saying
you.
Shannon on our
Tell by that bandit helmet.
For the Bandits, Shannon James.
So we got guys wearing all sorts of
I
different
know.
numbers than we were given.
Yeah. Thank you, MC. So Shannon James makes the play, breaks a couple of tackles, and just burned them all the way to the end zone for a touchdown, New York.
That's the one negative byproduct sometimes of these games, John, is that every guys are wearing different jerseys. And then what they were issued, we had Shannon James wearing number 15 in this game. But now we understand he's wearing number 2. And we give credit to the young man for registering here. And New York is up 19-0 with the extra point forthcoming.
And there's a kick on the extra point, and it just went.
It's a live ball.
Straight live ball it will be. And they might try to stuff this in. No, it's broken up. That's right. They did go down as a live ball. So that will make it 19-0. New York has the foot on the necks of New Jersey. Can they keep it up? New Jersey has not shown a ton of life so far in this game. But they will get the ball back, and we'll see if they can figure it out. We'll take a look at exactly how this happened.
Yeah, a little bit more slowed down for you so that we can see the pressure kind of coming in on Rodriguez and the job that he does, staying in the pocket, unflappable. There's the route developing underneath, and he sees it right away. And just a nice job. And then DePore tackling. Blows past 2 or 3 guys. And New York, man, if you had them in this game, you're feeling pretty good about yourself and about your pick. 19-0. They have.
Absolutely. New York has, and everyone's just dancing there. The vibes are up on the New York side of New Jersey.
And I
not
think,
so much.
And John, I think like the total yards have to be like 170-0 right now because it really is just
might be negative for New
completely
Jersey.
one-sided.
Yeah, it looks like negative for New Jersey on yardage. They have not gotten a ton. But New Jersey will get the ball back, and again, only the first half. Clock says 10:05. We'll see what the official time ends up being. And we're again awaiting kickoff here. New York up 19-0. So the All-Stars of NY striking first, second, and third in this game. New Jersey still scoreless. Kickoff taken. He's jogging just a bit. We got a big flag. He threw his back out maybe, trying to throw that flag, and he's just stuffed as well. Doesn't get past the 20 even. For New Jersey, we've got flags galore.
Yeah, and if this is a holding, it's going to take this all the way back, John. And if you're New Jersey, you just need some kind of confidence booster here in this one. Even if it's a 5 or 6 yard out or a plow up the middle for 6 or 7 yards, it's really looking very bleak right now.
Yeah. And especially in an all-star game where this is supposed to be a contested game. I mean, Rich Gerb's score prediction is officially wrong. He predicted 21-7. New Jersey's still got to get to 21 if he wants to get close to that prediction, and 21 would still win the game.
Right. Well,
another flag on the play as well.
Well, now they're throwing them back to the respective officials.
They only have so many.
But, you know, New York has 19 points in this game, and the Jersey doesn't have a first down yet.
Right. Not the first down they got was off the roughing the kicker penalty. So 19-0 is your score. New Jersey. Empty set and another flag. So that is a penalty that time.
Yes, and it'll be half the distance. And that'll back them up first and 15.
Yep, against New Jersey, backs them up again. Half the distance to the goal. So first down and a lot now for these All-Stars of New Jersey. New York so far, they believe that they were the best out of New York and New Jersey. They believe they had the talent, and it's showing out so far. And now New Jersey backed up. New Jersey's always been backed up into their own corner. They've always responded as a state. Can they do it here in the semi-pro? Direct snap. He's stuffed. In the end zone, he escapes, makes a throw, and just gets rid of it. But what a catch! What a catch! Body bag near the 20. Huge play for New Jersey right before the first down.
Yeah. I think that might have been Smith on the grab. Just with 3 number 1s on our roster, kind of hard to see. But and it looked like Wise at first was going to get that down and run with it, but
So we'll take a look at that one. And again, this was almost a safety all the way backed up in the end zone, but he just went up and got it.
Wow. So we can have people from Connecticut.
See if he got it. He did get down with it as well. Got the foot down.
Crazy.
So New Jersey stays alive.
Longest play from scrimmage so far in this game for New Jersey as well. That was 13 yards on the play.
One of their few positive yardage plays all day.
Yep. And I think a first down here is just a confidence builder here. Got to
Right.
start the building blocks somehow.
We're not too sure exactly how much time is left in this second quarter. Snap taken. Looking to maybe run. Tucks it under. He's got plenty of New York players, and he is stuffed down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a sack for New York.
Yeah, it looks like a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. And, yeah, you know, that's a good job by the New York defense of staying home, staying in their lanes, plugging up their gaps. Nobody kind of got too far out of position enough for the quarterback to, you know, dance out of there and plow ahead for the first down. So good disciplined play that time by the New York defense and results in a 3rd and short again.
So for New Jersey, surprised they maybe didn't try. I mean, running the ball has not worked so far for New Jersey, but short yardage situation, just get that first down, get your confidence up. Now you lose a couple of yards, about 3rd and 2 on this play. So we'll see what New Jersey is able to do. And at this point, yeah, not exactly sure how much time is left on the clock. We got some official time being kept on the field. We've got Jones to his left of Wise. We'll see what they do. Drops back. They'll pass. Takes the snap. Just chucks it. Runs forward. And can he make the catch?
Oh,
no.
so
Almost
close.
had it on the shoulder. It was Smith again. But he could not bring it in. That'll bring up 4th down.
That was a great effort on the play, though, to kind of react to where the ball was thrown, try to get there at least and make a play. And we'll try and get another look at it a little bit slowed down so you can appreciate some of the effort here.
Right, it was great effort, and a great effort to also just get this ball all the way down the field. He faced a ton of pressure, just multiple defenders screaming in, and he had it for a bit on that shoulder trying to bring it down, but couldn't do it.
Yep. And
so New Jersey stuffed again.
And conversely, a good job defensively, too.
Right.
So once the ball got there, as I think we'll have our first time out here, and I believe it was taken by New Jersey.
I mean, New Jersey's got a big decision here. They are backed up on their own side, but you're down 19-0 early in this game. Do you maybe try to pick up this first down?
Well, I mean, look, it's an all-star game, right? I mean,
Right.
you want to throw everything out there, and you want to put on a good show. And, you know, your last punt was swallowed up because the snap never got there either.
Right.
So
2 bad snaps on punts
right,
so far.
And so it might be a safer play to go for this than to actually punt it. We'll see.
We'll see exactly what they do, but and again, I see we're looking for the punter. I don't see the punter just yet.
Well, it was Huffin, I think, before who was punting it. He had the off-colored jersey, was wearing his Patterson Gravediggers jersey, but I don't think he's in the game here.
No, I don't see him. It was almost like a libero in volleyball wearing a different colored jersey for a specialty moment. This could be huge. There's no one back there, so it looks like New Jersey may just go for it here.
Yeah, but that would make probably more sense coming out of a timeout.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You would think that that's something.
You don't call a timeout to punt the football.
Right.
Yeah.
You discuss what's going to happen here. And
Yep. No Stephen Jones as well in the backfield. Still in the second quarter here on CPSAL TV. The New York versus New Jersey semi-pro all-star game. Trying to jump off sides, and they get him off. Might have got him off sides. They did. This will be a free play and a first down. Chucks it all the way down the field. It's too far. Doesn't matter. It's a first down.
I'll tell you, that was some throw. I think it was intended for Nakir Nims, but that was a nice job there. But they'll get the automatic first down as a result of the penalty.
So you don't need to do anything too special to get the first down. The defense gives it right to you. I mean, he was all the way in front of it. He was just basically on the offensive line on that play.
Yeah, it's part of the strategy probably coming out of the timeout, too, is get that hard count. Coach Bates telling them, you know, try to get them off here, and it was successful. So by our count, that is the first down of the game for the New Jersey All-Stars, and perhaps something to build off of here.
Doesn't matter how you got it. You may have got it off a penalty, but still a huge first down for New Jersey as they have a long way to go climbing back in this game, but you got to start from somewhere. Drops back, looking, faces pressure yet again, rolls out to his right. He's got a strike, and he's got a man. He might have some room. Trying to make some jukes. He's tackled from behind. Nadir Smith made the catch. And another first down for New Jersey.
Yeah, nice job by Wise to roll out, generate some more time for himself, even though he was under heavy pressure from the beginning there. And a nice strike down the field as well. He's starting to get his timing down a little bit more here. And you can see kind of jogging in place was Smith at first, and then he kind of launched and exploded into his route. Nice job there. A couple of first downs here on this drive for New Jersey.
And a great strike from Wise. Also rolling out to his right. Had to just go make a play.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we saw from him during the regular season as well, an ability to throw on the run on a dime. And that's something that very few quarterbacks possess here at this level.
Handoff up the gut. He's got brought down. He was brought down. Almost had a hole. But that'll go down for about a couple yards there.
Yeah, but, still, though, I like that.
Right,
I mean, instead of going backwards here, which is what we've seen from New Jersey on the previous couple of first downs, they follow up there, get a hard 2 yards, but, just chop it away and keep the ball away from this New York offense. And if they can come out here with points, it's a big confidence booster for this team.
Right, you run out clock. Again, we're not sure exactly. It says 6:29 on the score clock, but official time is being kept on the field. So I have to imagine, though, the first half getting a lot closer to over than we might think. But we will see what New Jersey does. Might have had a man go early there or just a good get-off. Gets him out in the flat, trying to make a move. He just falls down, though.
Yeah, it's like Lamar Johnson kind of lost his footing there as soon as he caught that. Never truly got back.
Yeah.
And it'll be third down and long now.
So third down and long again. We've seen plays work for New York in second down and long. Now third down and long for New Jersey. So a big moment here in this game, in this all-star game. The Windale Bates Jr. All-Star Classic for New Jersey, as they will look to pick up a huge first down around midfield to keep their hopes alive and proving who is better at football in semi-pro. But this is really a big defining moment for Jersey.
See if New York sends some extra attackers here.
They send only 4. Stepping up. He's got space. He's got the first down. Here comes Wise, putting the shoulder down, delivering the hit. And he's got the first down and plenty at the 45.
Yeah, that's a great play, and it all starts by getting out of the way of some of those trees that are coming in the backfield. Wise with some good vision, and he was able to slip out and make a nice play.
Made a great play, and there was no spy, no one there to corral him. They sent the 4 rushers, and he just had so much room stepping up. And big hit also from Wise with his shoulder, and he got brought down. Almost took a hit himself as well, but great play from Wise.
Yeah, 13 yards on the carry on a third down and 8. So this is their third first down of this drive. Easily their longest of the game here.
Samar Wise trying to make things happen for Jersey. Handoff, though. And they send a lot on that play. Might have got a yard, but they're just blitzing in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They could smell the blood in the water there and don't want to make things any easier for the backfield. In fact, that was only a gain of 1, so we'll put another yard back there on our 2nd and 9 here. But yeah, when you run blitz like that, John, obviously if you can get away from that first wave, it opens up that second level for a huge gain. But New York keeping him at the line of scrimmage.
Again, official time being kept on the field. Our clock says 3:49. We'll see how close that is as we approach halftime here in the Bronx.
They
Wise.
rush 6.
They rush 6 players again on a blitz, and they get the sack on Wise and just send everybody. And another sack from Massaquoi.
Yeah, when you start getting pressure like this, the defenders, it's a 2-minute warning, I believe.
Yep.
But when you start getting pressure like this, you keep wanting to dial up that same thing. Everybody wants to get in on the fun, right? Everybody wants to register that sack. Everybody wants to get the pressure. It's the highlight reel type play. So, here on 3rd and 16 now, you'd almost expect it again.
Man. And just in general, I'm a fan of blitzing on third down and long, Hail Mary attempts, because You know you have to pass. You know you have to drop back at least 5 steps to make a play, unless if you could just get something quick and you got a speedy receiver. But again, in an all-star game, usually you don't see a lot of blitzing in all-star games. But New York said, no, this means more. This is a rivalry at this point.
Right.
Let's see what happens.
Right. And, the byproduct of that is that you do leave your DBs on an island, you know, and it's usually man coverage that way. And so if you're a quarterback like Wise, you going to have to identify the hot read on some of these plays and just launch it up and look for your wide receiver to make a play 1v1.
So we'll see what they draw up. 2 receivers on either side of Wise. Player in the backfield. And maybe we'll see if that running back ends up blocking on this play, expecting a blitz. There's those 4 on the line. I mean, rushing 4 has also worked for New York in this game. Wise takes it, no blitz, has to roll out. He spins around. Wise creates some space. He's got to throw down the field on the sideline, and he's got a man!
Well, maybe that's why you blitz, right?
Yeah.
Because with Mims going out there and just in perfect harmony with him, and here we go. Now it's a first down, so it resets the chains again. Now remember, this is all happening with under 2 minutes to play, so the clock is stopped for now.
He did get out of bounds, You're right. So a huge play, great way to roll out to the opposite side on a play where he's really rolled out to his right a lot this game, but this play he rolled out to his left on the opposite side of his throwing arm. Saw his man, delivered a strike as he came back. That's an adjustment on the route. Good job by him, and a huge first down for Jersey.
Yep, and good job by New York to get pressure with 4, but it's the byproduct, of course, of only rushing the 4. If you can get out, he gives Wise a lot more time to survey.
Hands the ball off, and he'll pick up a few yards also on this play. Solid rush for Jersey on this one. That'll keep the clock moving, but they've got time.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're New Jersey, you obviously do not want to give the ball back to New York. That's scored on every one of their drives so far. So you figure take this all the way down, try to get it in the end zone here, and you start with that 5-yard scamper up the middle. That keeps the clock moving. By our count, it's a little over 80 seconds to go.
Just about. Here on 2nd down and 5. So they've have the original distance next needed for a first down. 2 receivers on either side of Wise. Wise, again, letting this clock roll down as well with about a minute to go. Looking left, delivers a strike, and that's to no one. Got delivered a bit in no man's land. You had to get rid of it.
Yeah, there was a couple of DBs in the area that were waiting to light up Mims on that play, and Mims did not elevate to make that catch. And so it'll result in a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 coming up.
Can't blame him. There was 3 players ready to deliver a hit on that one, and no guarantee he makes the catch at all. 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and 6 coming up for Jersey. Bit far for a field goal here.
Yeah, we'll put the time up on our clock here as well because it will be a factor. But there are 50 seconds left here on this 3rd down and 6.
Big 3rd down and 6. Jersey getting shut out so far in the first half. Looking to stay alive in this all-star matchup, this rivalry between states. Can they prove the doubters wrong? Wise, looking, steps up, trying to run. He gets rid of the football, and it's caught. And he's got room. And it looks like he may have the first down. And a huge way for Wise to escape. What a way for him to escape and make that play.
I'm not sure why our clock reset, but
not either, but looks like they may have taken the timeout as well for Jersey. So Jersey takes a timeout. I don't know if we got to look at that Wise play. He delivered a strike. Couldn't see exactly the receiver as well because he's got a different jersey on. So, but a huge moment for Jersey. I mean, he was brought down. He was tackled on this play. Just found his man.
Yeah, that's Johnson, I believe, Lamar Johnson. Who makes
Lamar
the
Johnson.
Play. Yeah, because he's wearing his Gravedigger's uniform, I believe.
Right.
I'll tell you what, this is the 4th first down or the 5th first down of this drive for New Jersey. This drive started at the 5-yard line after a penalty, made it 1st and 15. And what a drive this has been.
It's been a great drive. It's the drive that you need if you're Jersey. And they had been down and out in this game. But they've responded nicely on this drive, and a huge drive at that.
And by our count, the New Jersey All-Stars down to one final timeout.
38 seconds.
One timeout left for Jersey. They have one more play where they can go to the middle of the field if they want to. But the clock not on their side right now. They do have 38 seconds just about. We'll see if the official time is anything less or more. Wise, New York, doesn't send pressure but still gets to the quarterback. Wise has to escape to the outside, and he's looking for the end zone, but he's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock and bring up second down and just a couple yards before the end zone.
Yep, and it looks like he did get the first down as well, so it's a 1st and goal here.
First and goal for New Jersey in a big moment, trying to cut this 19-0 deficit. They've been shut out in the first half of this game. They've got it right at the doorstep of New York.
I'll tell you what, if they can close out this first half with a touchdown here and perhaps even a 2-point conversion if they decide to go for 2, hey, all of a sudden it's an 11-point game with a half to play, and now you're cooking. You know, and if their defense can kind of catch up now to what the offense is starting to gel and starting to get in rhythm, you never know, John. This could be a new game here.
It could be a brand new football game when you look at the second half. But New Jersey's got to stuff it in the end zone first if they can. Wise. They'll hand this ball off. They've got the timeout still moving through but can't get anywhere. And that will be a stuff on first down, so they'll call a timeout to stop the clock on that handoff.
And by our count, that's their final timeout. So now, with approximately 25 seconds to go, you see the game clock in the building at 26 seconds. We have 24, but split the difference, whatever. If they do decide to run on second down, John, they'll have to line up very quickly and either spike it to get a one play on fourth down to get points or run another quick play. But still plenty on the table here. It's not dire straits here with no timeouts to go.
Not at all. You can still spike it if you need to, but you don't want to give up the down, most likely.
Unfortunately, you wouldn't want to do that with 15 seconds, 10 seconds. But, but again, after this play, whether you get it or not, you don't have the ability to call timeout and then discuss a second play. So what they might be doing here, John, in the huddle, is talking about one, potentially 2 plays here. So let's dial this one up. If we don't get it quickly, get up to the line, and we're going to run play number 2.
That may be also why you kind of run the ball. You know you're going to have to call the timeout if you don't get it. Then you get that time to discuss what you can do on 2 plays. You just got to draw up 2.
I guess I'm the new,
right.
I'm the new Bleezy. Bleezy.
Now they've put 21 seconds on the clock here, so we will match that.
We're waiting to see if we maybe hear from the Bleezies at halftime also on a performance.
Sure.
That's approaching. Wise drops back, looks. He's got a fade near the end zone, and he's pushed around.
Incomplete.
No flag,
There
incomplete.
was a lot of arm wrestling there going on between both players, trying to establish good position there.
They looked at it as just mutual pushing off of each other, so that'll bring up third down. Here, again, right around the 2-yard line. Right at the border. In this border war between New York and New Jersey. New York down 19-0. We'll see if there's maybe too much contact on this play. No, it looked like a bit of,
Yep.
It's a good one to kind of just let go.
Right. Agreed with that.
So we'll see how this third down goes.
18 seconds left. Still definitely time for 2 plays here, but you cannot spike it in between plays.
Right, now you can't get anything. You can't run the ball here at this point. You have to throw those fade routes potentially or just get a quick slant somewhere to go with this ball.
Plenty of time for 2 passing plays here, but
we'll see how they go, though. Wise. Big moment for the quarterback of his state, Jersey. Rolling out right. Looking for the end zone, and it is intercepted! It's intercepted by New York. Sadiq Nathaniel picks it off, and the 0 stays on the scoreboard, and New York approaching a first-half shutout in this All-Star game.
And I'm wondering if Wise might have had the angle here, John, to take it in himself. Probably recognized that, look, I've reached the point of no return. Either I got to get in the end zone or not. Don't think so, but wow, what an extension and a play by Sadiq Nathaniel. Terrific interception. Nothing new for that young man. We see a lot of him throughout the year, and New York puts a punctuation mark on this half, and I'm not sure if that is indeed the end of the first half. It certainly looks
Looks
body
like it is
language
to me.
that way. So we'll call it halftime.
That is halftime. New York, 19-0 in a game where there was bad blood, there was heat, everything. Sometimes the talk can get to you, and it's gotten to New Jersey so far. New York locked in, delivered a 19-0 lead. Great performance from Juan Rodriguez and these receivers. Kadeem Wilson made a huge play on the first touchdown of the game. Shannon James got one as well on a long play. What a half for New York, Dave.
What a great half. And you know what? That was a sensational offensive drive for New Jersey, and to come out of it with no points and for New York to end it the way it did, it's almost like that prior 8 minutes didn't even count, right? It was just kind of like taking a long knee on this first half. And wow, I mean, if New York needed any more ammunition to feel pretty good about this one, the final play of the half might have cemented the deal here. Still plenty of football left to be played, but man, if you're a New York fan or if you're a supporter or a player or a coach on that sideline, that has got to feel pretty good.
So New York wins the EFA, wins the LAL, and they've got a 19-0 lead in this All-Star game. Dave, how does New Jersey, down a lot, just lock in and maybe give themselves a chance to come back in this one?
Well, you know, I think first and foremost, they can build off of that last drive. You know, that last drive was really pretty sensational, John. You know, they had a lot of third downs. They converted each of them. They were under heavy pressure with the blitz. They were still able to weather that storm. So for a team that really did nothing for a quarter and a half, that last drive was pretty sensational for New Jersey, except they were missing the final play. Now, I don't know if some of that or that last throw was because you feel like the tightness of the half winding down. You don't have, you've reached the point of no return there, but still, that was a great drive. They need to build on that, but how do you lift your shoulders if you're on that opposite sideline and get yourself ready? That's another story.
It'll be tough, and that story will be told in the second half, but we'll step aside here brought to you by the PDF Sports Network. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, well, let's keep it right here just for a second, John, just to mention that, again, if you're watching this broadcast, we are coming to you live on CPSAL TV. CPSAL stands for the Charter Public School Athletic League. It's the school league that Karim McFarland and Sadiq Nathaniel run when they're not involved with semi-pro football. So we are live on that station. But the name of this contest is the Windale Bates Jr. game, and of course there's a lot of funds that are being raised for the Bates family. Windale Bates is one of the coaches. In fact, he's the head coach of Team New Jersey. His son, Windale Bates Jr., of course, we honor him having struggled with cancer, and so we wish our best to the Bates family. And of course, let's not forget that between all the animosity, between all the big hits, between all the stellar plays, we're still, fighting against cancer and, of course, raising awareness for the family as well. So please support all you can. Support these teams all you can. And during the season, of course, support these great young men who are doing it for a great cause here today. And we thank Karim and the CPSIL family for doing it.
Right, we thank everybody involved with this. And, we talk about how much it means for this rivalry and everything. But at the end of the day, this event means so much more than that. So, again, everything Dave said, I'll echo that. But we'll step aside for halftime here. New York up 19-0 over New Jersey. Will New Jersey come back? You'll find out in just a few moments. We'll be right back for the third quarter.
We are back here live from SUNY-Maritime in the Bronx, New York, site of the inaugural Windale Bates Jr. New York versus New Jersey All-Star Classic. David Pizzuto with you here, joined alongside very shortly by John McCooch. Sal Chuccio, our camera operator here today, as we get you ready for the second half and the third quarter coming at you momentarily. And that score you see on your screen is correct, 19-0, despite the fact that New Jersey had a great drive to end the first half. They'll get the ball back to start the first half and a chance to really set the tone here. Back on headset.
There we go.
John
There we
McCooch.
go.
Yeah, I welcomed everybody back, John. And
Yeah, they only got one bathroom there. One bathroom there. So we're back. Kickoff here in New York. Thank you, Dave, for holding down the fort. New York up 19-0 here in this game, but New Jersey will get the ball first as the kickoff goes underway. Returned at about the 26-yard line. New Jersey looking for a big return here. Takes his time and gets tackled at about the 36 there on that one.
yeah, so what I was saying before you got on headset, John, was that New Jersey ended the first half on the field for a good 6, 7, 8 minutes was that last drive. I think they got the ball back with about 6 minutes and 19 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, they have a chance here. They had set the tone with that drive, and now a chance to kind of extend that momentum and keep New York's offense off of the field, but also try to piece together something for points. Now, of course, the play that mattered on that last drive was, of course, the last one, and that was the interception by Sadiq Nathaniel. But other than that, it was a pretty good drive by New Jersey to end that first half. We'll see if they can rekindle that magic here to start the second half.
And it has to be demoralizing for an offense. The last time you went out there, we got all the way down the field and ended up turning it over at the end, couldn't get it done. You know, it's got to be tough to stay composed as an offense after a drive like that at the end of the first half.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's very important, and of course, yeah, you know, I mean that's part of it, right? It's you know, we talk about it being an all-star experience and a showcase of talent, but you know, you got to finish drives and you got to, you know, make the big plays when they matter as well. And it's been New York, you know, and a couple of their touchdowns occurred on third down in this game where they were kind of backed up, especially that second and 19, actually it was second down, where they converted that huge touchdown. Handful of plays here and there really are the difference.
And confidence-wise, you can just feel it from New York. New Jersey looking to find some newfound confidence here in half number 2 here on CPSAL TV, powered by the PDF Sports Network. But New Jersey looking to get things going back on this drive, and they'll get a jump. This will go down as a free play. Wise rolls out to his right. He's got the free play. Might as well make a throw, and he's got a catch. Big completion down the sideline for Zamar Wise.
Yeah, and that's something that we've seen as well. Wise developing his own time in the pocket, rolling out, extending the play, and then being able to throw on the run is something he has been able to do in this game. Looked like a free play, as you mentioned from the outset. There it is. I mean, wow. The fact that they let that one go despite Revanche.
Yeah.
You know, encroaching and then going all the way through.
He was past the center by the time the ball was even snapped.
Well, either way, it'll be first down as a result.
Worked out just fine for New Jersey. First down and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, they had 5 first downs on that drive that ended the first half, just unable to get points off it. So there's first down number 6 after going 0 on their first few drives.
So we'll see if the first down machine that was New Jersey on the last drive is Wise.
Great fake.
Takes it. Great move. Great rush from Wise as he picks up a number of yards and gets down to the 48 on a nice gain for Zamar Wise. About 5 or 6.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see it on the replay just a moment. Of course, the defensive end biting down on that fake.
He bit down hard on this fake, like you mentioned, and just kind of got lost in the void there, standing there. Ended up making part of the tackle at the end, but led to about 5 yards for Zamar Wise.
Yeah, a good play by Sadiq Nathaniel in the open space to keep kind of Wise squared up, forced him to remove his angle towards the sidelines, extend it out further. But that's a good, solid gain of 5 on first down.
And those are the chunk plays that New Jersey needs. A quick get-off here, and Wise has to face some pressure. That ball's incomplete, but that should be 5 yards
Absolutely.
on an offside and a first down.
Yeah, looks like Noble got off to a head start there, anticipating the snap count, and went in unabated. Flag took a little bit of time getting out of the back pocket of the official, but I think they made the right call there.
Most definitely. Should have maybe made that call before on that other encroachment at the center, but on the Zamar Wise pass, but that's kind of one of those calls you have to make. Maybe hesitated thinking, well, if that's not offside, then maybe that's not. But offside is the call. So it will be first down. New Jersey's, we'll take a look at that get-off. And, just a bit too offside there. Early get-off. He's got such a quick get-off on those rushes for Noble, but just a bit too quickly there.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of that in this game, too. I mean, guys want to go out. They want to get the sack. They want to add to this total. New York's had a ton of sacks defensively, but they, again, you can't give them 5 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, in an all-star game, there's no really, exotic calls here, usually downset hike, and so you can anticipate the snap count often. Now we'll see. This one will be a false start on the offense this time, so they return the 5 yards.
And one thing that most people who kind of casually watch football don't realize how much goes into just snapping the ball and how hard that is, even whether it's defensively waiting for the snap, offensively getting the ball off. So we're seeing a lot of these plays, and for teams that haven't really practiced maybe at all as a full team for this game, you're going to continue to see some of those plays, those false starts that backs them at the 1st and 15. But New Jersey, so they get 5 yards, they give up 5 yards, but first down it will be for Jersey. And 2 players just went off on their own.
There's not enough flags, so one of the officials threw a pink flag down because he ran out of flags.
I think he borrowed that. That might have been someone's, random pink flag, pulls out of nowhere. Receiver in the corner of the edge just kind of ran their route. Looks like that'll back him up again.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 20 now. And, you hit the nail on the head, John, as far as practicing. In the semi-pro level, a lot of teams practice, once a week, maybe twice a week, especially during preseason to kind of get themselves acclimated. But for a game like this where teams really just ended their seasons a week ago, not a lot of time to really get on the same page. So, again, you got to, in some ways, keep it very vanilla in terms of base packaging. You don't see a lot of motion in games like this, and a lot of ready, set, huts really are what launches the play, and it takes work to really get 11 men on the same page.
So New Jersey gifted 10 yards and give up 10 yards on this drive. Almost another quick get off from Noble, but Wise has to roll all the way out to his right, and he's got space and room down the field, and he's going to basically just get those yards back for the most part, but a great way for Wise to get out of the pocket, roll out, and pick up good yardage.
Yeah, and again, it looked like right from the outset, the pressure coming in from his blind side looked like the play was going to get blown up, dead to rights the entire way, but a good job by Wise to, again, make his own time via the rollout, and then he doesn't see anything materialize. That's it. Just make a conscious decision to plow ahead. You got a couple of decent blocks down the field, and you're able to get 7 yards back.
So he will pick up a chunk of those yards back that they've given up on false starts as they sit at the 47-yard line working near midfield as Jersey down 19-0 with about 12:20 left on the game clock here at SUNY-Maritime in the Bronx. And they're looking to climb back.
And it's been Wise, obviously, that's done a lot of the running, but I think that's part of the run game that has worked. A little bit of misdirection or, they ran an option here, I think it would work as well.
Wise has to roll out the opposite way yet again. Can he make another magical play happen? Not this time. No, he can! He escapes! Here comes Zamar Wise, and he's brought down that time. What an escape artist, Zamar Wise. He ended up getting sacked, but that was phenomenal. Broke 3 players. He could have maybe tried to get that ball down the field. Nobody open. We'll see the magic. Magic is real. Its name is Zamar Wise. What a play. that led to a sack. But again, took tough pressure off the edge, had to roll out to his left. He's made plays like this in this area before and thought he was brought down. He just somehow escaped out of that. Wow. What a play.
Yeah, I think 4 or 5 different New York All-Stars got hands on Wise on that play. It just could not take him down. What an effort. And now we have a 3rd down and 20 coming up. So lost in all this. They have a huge way to go here on understandably what should be 4-down territory. They need at least half of this back to feel somewhat comfortable here.
And again, we remember the 2nd down and 19 play that led to the first New York touchdown earlier. Can New Jersey create some of that same magic?
Will he get the kind of time to have a wide receiver break downfield?
Well, they send everybody. They get a player out there. That's Sisson trying to make some moves and work. He's got some room. He created about 5 extra yards out of that. That was almost a 2-yard gain, turned into about 5 or 6. But great move to get some yardage there. And now New Jersey sits in midfield, 4th down and 13.
Yeah, and you know what, John? That's a play that I really like on 1st and 2nd down. Something at the line of scrimmage, you make a move, a juke or two, you're able to plow ahead for 3 or 4 yards. And again, on a play like that, you know, Sisson's only going to get a yard on the play, but just his athletic ability alone gets him an extra 5 or 6. So I love a play like that on 1st down. Now on 4th and 13, you have to dial something up down the field. Almost assuredly here, I would expect Wise to either roll out probably to his right, to his throwing lane, and we'll see what develops. This is where Mims has been a big factor, and he's right now on the bottom of your screen.
New Jersey entering do-or-die mode here in the Windale Bates Jr. All-Star game between New York and New Jersey. New Jersey down 19-0, looking to climb back. Takes a low snap, not a quick snap. He has to roll out to that direction. Rolls out to his right, throws the ball all the way down the field, and it is out of bounds. It's out of bounds. It's caught by a New York defender, and he approaches the fence, takes a look at the old Hudson and the boats and everything. Great view. It's just, again, a great view for us here, us PDF guys. But that will lead to a turnover on downs.
Yep, and you know, again, this is just another play where you have to allow things to materialize down the field, allow players into their route. But, you know, there it is. I mean, Wise is running for his life, although he did have a breaking wide receiver early on. And then when you roll out to the right like that, you really cut off half the field as well, John. So there's just not a lot of options at that point. And he put up a prayer there, but it was going out of bounds anyway. Now, I think at the end of all this, we're going to have a penalty whistled against New York. This might have been for a personal foul. So they backed them up 15 yards the other way. Oh, actually, it's going to be 1st down.
So that might have been, I saw at the end, Wise got slammed into the ground on the play.
Yeah, and we're going to go back and take a look at that in just a moment after this play. But I think you're right. I think Wise got slammed out of bounds.
That brings back Roach, and he'll throw a quick screen pass, outlet, picks up a couple, and we'll take a look. 2nd down and a few for New Jersey. But again, on that play, it did look like that Wise took a very tough hit at the end. Had to roll out to his right, and we're looking for a personal foul here at the end of it. And a great job by Sal, our cameraman. Yeah, he got slammed into it on his head. He actually sat there for a bit, too, so that's partially why he's not in the game, you'd imagine. So Roach out here at quarterback. Not the play that you want to see if you're really just anybody.
No. So Roach getting some extended snaps here in the backfield with him. I think that's Taheem Black.
Yep. Takes a snap, drops back, looking right, makes a strike all the way to the right, got a man in the end zone, touchdown, Jersey, what a move! Jersey on the board for the first time today. Nadir Smith with the touchdown.
Well, he's been active, and I'll tell you what, Roach behind center or in the shotgun, he delivers an absolute strike in perfect harmony with Smith down the field. This is a gorgeous pass, probably one of the best passes of the entire evening for both teams.
It's just beautiful. Well, way to snap. I mean, he just was looking that way the whole way, too. Perfect delivery, corner bit on it, thought it was coming up under, and just a perfect strike from Roach near that pylon for a touchdown. Jersey. We'll see the PAT. And New Jersey has 60 points. Yeah. That's what's according to the scoreboard, but they have 6, so we'll wait the PAT.
They wanted 6, they got 60, but they'll reset that. 19-6. Now, unofficially, 7.5 minutes to go. So we are midway through. And when you count the end of the first half, John, and this one, you're talking about the Jersey offense has been on the field for the last 13 game minutes of this game. And
Right.
can you imagine if they would have scored there at the end of the first half?
Yeah.
This game turned incredibly around here, and they're going to go for 2.
They will go for 2, and that's the move that makes sense for them. It would have been a very interesting game. Roach looks left, has to throw into the end zone, 1-on-1, and that looks like it's intercepted. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. It is indeed intercepted on the play. Roach had to deliver the 1-on-1. So that will be picked off at the end. And that will keep it at 19-6, New York with a lead. But, I mean, New Jersey, if they ended up getting 14 points out of it, it could have been a 5-point game there, or maybe a 6-7-point game, depending on PAT attempts.
Yeah, and just a completely different complexion to the game, too, because now if you're New York's offense, obviously you feel great, right? You've had the ball 3 times. You've scored 3 touchdowns. You've made it look somewhat easy offensively, but you have got to be ice cold at this point. If you're Juan Rodriguez, I don't know if he'll be the quarterback of record when we come back, but everybody on that offensive side of the ball is ice cold right now. They haven't had the ball in probably about an hour of real time, John. So that's part of the subcontext here. And if you're New Jersey, you should feel really good about what you've done over the last couple of drives. Now, obviously, you weren't able to finish the first one, but that was a really, really good drive. And granted, it got extended with that personal foul, which, if New York is able to avoid that, it's their ball. But, hey, listen, teams make mistakes. Are you going to make it hurt? Are you going to capitalize? Jersey did on that drive, and who knows? They might have found their quarterback for the remainder of the game, Rashawn Roach, with a perfect strike.
Yeah, that might have been the perfect throw. And now New Jersey, the energy back with them. They made it pay. They made mistakes pay. Can they continue to do so in this game? Windale Bates Jr. All-Star game. Again, this is a big moment in semi-pro football. Both teams looking to prove that their state is the better state when it comes to semi-pro. New Jersey, they still have something to say about it. 19-0, it was all New York in the first half. Obviously, there was a drive at the end of half number 1 with Damar Wise threw a cross-body interception. When they had an opportunity to punch it in the end zone, couldn't get it done. They get the ball, take advantage of a personal foul, and a beautiful, beautiful loft to the pylon by Rashawn Roach has New Jersey cutting that lead to 13. And now a big defensive stand coming up for Jersey as we await the kickoff here at SUNY-Maritime College, home of the Privateers.
Yep, and although it is unofficial, we have 7:33 remaining. And that ball is not on a tee right now, John. Let's see, it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's flat. So we might be looking at an onside kick here.
Maybe. If that is an onside kick, that would be interesting. I thought they were just letting it lay flat. Even on onside kicks, you usually have to put it on a tee or something. But that will be
laying
kicked
flat, on its belly.
It is squibbed, and it gets out now to the 43, returned all the way to the 50, and now past that, maybe about the 47, 48-yard line. So New York gets great field position to start this off.
Yeah, that was Darren Glover, the defensive backs for New York, who picked up an interception in the game, the EFA championship game that we covered last week for the New York Bandits. And he sets up his team in good field position. So listen, John, for all intents and purposes, the Jersey offense did its job, right? They had the ball, over 13 minutes in this game. They finally were able to get into the point column. Now it's on their defense. Can they come up with a big stop? Can they force a 3-and-out? And can they get that offense right now, which is humming, back onto the field?
So we do expect to see Juan Rodriguez come back out. He had a great first half. Maybe not.
It looks like Reem Williams might be back there. Number 1, he's in the Pharaohs helmet, and it looks like he is lining up in the backfield. Now, Reem Williams, one of the electric quarterbacks in this region, John. He's a very, very good running quarterback. He's got tremendous wheels. So we'll see what he has to offer us here as he gets the start of the second half.
Reem Williams, we've talked about him before. My first time seeing him play. You've seen him a bit. So we'll see if Reem Williams can bring the same sort of offense that Juan Rodriguez brought to New York in that first half. This ball sits close to the 46-yard line. Williams communicating. as New York tries to hold on to this 19-6 lead. Williams takes it. He'll hand it off. Barreling through. He's got some room down to the 40. Pushes forward. They keep pushing him forward, and that's a first down, New York.
Eventually the ball came out, but he was out.
He was down already. Looked like Ivan Alaba was the lineman pushing forward. Got about 6-7 extra yards on that one.
Yeah. It's a great way to start the drive there. First down.
Just exactly what you need to see from your big fellas up front, from your running back to keep those legs churning. A beautiful, beautiful moment of football. Coaches are going to love this one on film. Just great blocking at the end there. Defender on his back, but Alaba's just stronger and pushes forward and picks up the first down for this team. Williams hands it off yet again. They'll go back to the run, but it's stripped away! Taken by Jersey! And Jersey's got it on the strip play. And now here come the kids from Jersey.
Well, we said it, right? Can the defense now make a play? It is their turn. And I think we just saw the response. We'll cut this one and we'll back it up and we'll get another slower look at it.
Slow this down. We got it. Looks like Jay Everett got in there. It was a basic handoff, and it was just stripped out away. Poked out. It was poked out, bounced on the ground, got right on it. What a play from Jersey and Jay Everett.
Yeah, so he gets credit for the strip and the fumble recovery as well. And how about this now? So 1st and 10 for Jersey the other way. They get the ball just inside their own 40, down by a couple of scores. And man, oh man, I mean, that drive to end the first half, even more under a microscope.
I was just going to say, I don't want to harp on that drive too much, but the emotions that you'd be feeling right now with a team potentially down by 5 or 6 with the ball after a strip play like that. Yeah. Wow, Roach back out there for New Jersey as well, who just delivered a strike. Handoff up the middle, goes back to his right, maybe got back to the line or not, and that handoff is stuffed by New York.
Yeah, and although the time is unofficial up here, John, that drive for New York was only 59 seconds long. So again, if you take the final 6.5 minutes of the first half, the first 7.5 minutes of this half, you know, Jersey's offense has really been on the field for the last, 15 out of the last 16 minutes, almost a full quarter.
Right.
So
and they've only got 6 points.
And they've only got 6 points, right? So that's a win for New York's defense there, but still, they've got to be ailing a little bit too now.
So we'll see if Jersey can continue to control possession here on this drive. They face a 2nd down and 10. Rashawn Roach lined up. 2 receivers on both sides. Roach ready for the snap. Takes it. New York only sends 4, but he's faced by all of them. Delivers a strike to the sideline, and that ball is incomplete. So 3rd down and 10 now.
Yeah,
just a bit high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that pass was a little too elevated, and you just never know the kind of hit you're going to absorb when you go up for those two. So that might be one of the reasons why Smith could not elevate high enough. And Smith has had a great game, no doubt about it. But here's a big play here, 3rd down and 10, because now in a 2-score game, you'd still think 4-down territory still on the table here, John, but it's not a sure thing.
Again, as we're approaching the 4th quarter as well.
Right.
And 5:05 on the score clock, but we'll see what the official time ends up being at the end of this. Both receivers, 2 receivers on both sides. Again, New York sent a lot of pressure in the first half. Well, they do it again on this 3rd and long. They've had a tendency to do so. 2 linebackers come up. We'll see if they actually blitz or not. Roach ready for it. They send one of those linebackers. Deep ball down the sideline. Can he make the catch? No. Out of bounds, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, just off the fingertips of Mims. That looked like he was going to come down out of bounds. Regardless, I think that Jersey actually got away with a hold there as well.
Probably.
We'll catch it.
Well, you know what they say? You can call holding on every play, but we'll take a look as well, see how obvious the hold was.
Watch the jersey of Gerard Revanche get yanked here.
Will do.
Number 99 on the edge.
Just a little bit.
But on 4th down, it looks like they are going to punt the ball.
Makes sense. You still have the fourth quarter to work with.
Right.
You still have a bit of this third quarter. You get a stop. You start the fourth quarter with the ball potentially.
Yeah. Now remember, they did have a punt that was blown up because of a really bad snap. Looks like it's Huffin who's back deep to punt it. But actually now, I don't know. Now both teams a little bit out of sorts.
We're waiting here. Again, like you mentioned, we haven't seen New Jersey punt the ball. This one's bounced again. And it happens again, but he still kicks it away. Great return.
That's a great punt.
Great punt. Somehow turns into a great punt. And he's stopping and waiting. Breaks a tackle, but loses yards on it. Can he recover? Juking backwards, gets dragged out. Now he's still in bounds, still staying alive, and he's brought down to the 15. Probably lost about 12 yards there just trying to return it.
Well, John, considering how that punt started, that was about a 60-yard punt.
Yeah, somehow, some way.
A 50-yard.
Kickers are people too. What a moment.
It's more of like a 50-yard punt.
Yeah.
And our replay doesn't go back that long.
That's how long the punt lasted.
But understanding that the original line of scrimmage was the 39. Now they are going to move the ball up, I think, a little bit here, either because of a penalty or something going on here.
We'll see what the official
call. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter.
That'll be the end of the third quarter, yes. Wow. So that will do it for quarter number 3. Jersey gets a touchdown from Nadir Smith. Rashawn Roach comes in.
And, John, understanding that was the final play of the third, should they have gone for it there?
We'll see at the end of the game. That's an interesting decision to make. Well, based on the result of the punt, I don't think they're complaining too hard about it. But based on how you've punted all day long in this game, yeah, I think maybe going for it was an option, although the chance that you actually get the first down, not super likely. If you can now take advantage of this 50-yard punt and find a way to, maybe force a punt by New York, get the ball back at the 50, it turns out to be the right decision. But you have to find a way to get a 3-and-out against New York if you want a realistic chance of coming back.
Yeah, so officially it'll go down as a 46-yard net on the punt. Wow. And that is pretty outstanding considering that it was so close from being either blocked or blown up in the backfield for a big loss. Well, New Jersey made a big play defensively the last time they were out there on the field. Let's see if they can respond again.
And when New York needs to turn out first downs, they've got DeJory Addison back there, who's made a couple big-time rushes today. We've seen him break a lot of tackles this season, and we'll see if he can do it again for New York. Now they're back out there. New York All-Stars. He drops back. Williams looking out to his left. Flag in the area of holding. Has to dance around. And he escapes. Makes some moves. He's being dragged down, but he's still up and picks up plenty of yardage. We'll see the flag, and he might have got that first down, maybe just short. But what a run. But that may get called back for holding.
Yes, and it would negate a first down.
That'll go back. They will take this back, but what a way to escape. We'll see the hold here. It was very much called immediately. Yeah, that's holding, dragging the back of that jersey there, but what a way to duck under and just pick up more yardage. Well, they might have broke one here, but Jersey gets a bit of a break there because Williams is such a dynamic runner. If you give him a chance, he's probably going to make you pay, but now New York backed up.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the elements of Williams' game that you just have to respect here is his ability to tuck it down. It's easy for him because of his size to kind of get lost there in the middle of things. He's hard to pick up. So if you're a linebacker roaming in the middle of the field or a defensive back, it's kind of hard to have eyes on him and what he's doing back there. And so because of a half the distance foul, I believe, first and 18.
Yeah, first down and 18. Is Reem Williams trying to keep this New York offense on the field for as long as possible as they have a 13-point lead in this All-Star game. Drops back, delivers a strike, it hits the ground. And that will keep it at second down and 18. Just not enough air on that football to get into it the hands of a receiver.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep the clock on our scoreboard here so you can follow along. I think they've abandoned the clock here.
Just a bit, just a tad.
Up here in the booth. So we'll try and do it just to stay within a few seconds of, what to expect here. We are unofficial.
So they've given up on the clock. I don't blame them. I mean, we've just, I don't know how much you can hear the emceeing around us. It's been very entertaining, I will say.
It has been very entertaining, and it's keeping the crowd entertained, too. The crowd loves it.
Oh, crowds
It's
loving
courtesy of the three Bleezies.
Yep.
Doing such a great job, as they do all year long. They have a weekly show that they put on Thursdays, which is great on their Facebook page, and they've got a lot of original programming. And as funny as they could be, they offer a lot of insight.
Awesome.
On the game.
Has to sidearm that pass and might pick up a few yards, break some tackles. He's still up and gets sent out of bounds after picking up about 5. So that'll cut the second down 18 to just a bit. And we got a player down on the field, help back up, looks like, but that picks up a few more yards.
Yeah, so it makes it third and maybe a little bit more manageable here, although we would expect this to have to go through the air for a pretty big distance. And, sometimes the other thing that you try to do in a spot like this, John, is you try to get all your receivers downfield as much as possible and try to make just the tiniest of holes for Williams to work through. And if he can get it to that second level, he makes, 18 and 20-yard runs seem pretty effortless. So I would say that that's on the table as well.
Anything's on the table here for New York. Third down and 13. It's 19-6. But in terms of defensively for New Jersey, this is what you wanted after punting the football and getting a very lucky bounce as well after a botched snap.
Yeah, and I've actually added more yards to this third down, John, because it looks like the ball is at the 7-yard line and the first down marker is at the 25, so we'll make it a 3rd and 18.
There we go. That's math right there. Good job. Reem Williams, though, big play on 3rd down and 18. Got 2 receivers on both sides. Drops back. He's already looking to run. He's bouncing out to the outside. Passes the line of scrimmage. Maybe not. He ducks back around. Maybe looking to get this ball out of here. They think he maybe yanked something there, but he will get pushed out of bounds, and that will force a 4th down as Reem Williams tried to make some magic happen. Couldn't do so, and a punt coming up for New York.
Yeah, so we'll get another look at that one, and we'll get to see some of the magic that Williams brings to the table. Of course, you have to be able to commit to your lanes, not lose him, and it's a nice job by Williams to spin and weave out of traffic, but an even better job by the defense to keep him contained enough.
He did break a couple ankles, though, on that play, too, and seemed like something happened at the end of that play where the trash talk that we saw on Facebook now coming out on the field, Reem Williams getting in there as well. But it looks like a punt regardless of all that. Some late substitutions coming on as well for New York.
Yep, and there's a lot of activity here, guys coming in and out. The result of all this is Jersey should get the ball back in great field position, probably on New York's side of the 50.
2 returners back for Jersey, and this one is sent sky high. We returned at about the 46. Backing up, waiting for space. 3 New Yorkers come out, and what a block! Great way to slam it, but that might be a penalty as well. He's still got the return. He's down to the 18-yard line, but it looks like that will be a penalty on that block. It looked like a great block for sure, but that looks like it'll be a penalty, and some laughs come out.
Number 11, Snipper.
Now we get another look at some of the blocks downfield. I don't know if the big block was the one that warranted the flag. It looked like it was something that developed on the sideline here. That one looked like it got away. It was that one.
That hold out there. So that'll back up the return just a bit. That'll back up the play. So almost a great return to the 20, about the 18-yard line. But that did end up being a hold. So that'll make it 1st and 10 from about the 50-yard line, about the 48.
Changes things a lot, right?
Just about, yeah, just a lot.
Now, we have the clock running on the field, but we'll see.
32:50.
We got the Bleezies in charge of the clock.
Right.
They have it at 11:24.
I'll defer to them.
I will for sure, all day. We're busy calling the game. The clock is only so much in our control. Roach under center, or in the shotgun, looking left, makes a throw on the screen. Can they get him in space? Stiff arm, picks up some more yards, and they keep pushing forward. That'll be about 4 or 5 yards on the gain on 1st down.
Yeah, and if you remember, John, when in the first half, I said I love that type of play on first down, and that's the reason why. You throw it out to the flat. Technically, it's a gain of 0, and then you just let your talent make talented plays, and that's a good one right there. Gets them halfway to the first down marker, and that's what you want here.
That's how you get a drive started. And Rashawn Roach, again, had to come in for Zamar Wise, who took a tough hit, personal foul that ended up leading to a touchdown pass by Roach, and Roach has just stayed in at quarterback. He's back in the shotgun with a back to his left. So we'll see what Roach can do. Big handoff. Pushing through, fighting, makes a juke move, and he'll pick up the first down. Huge rush for New Jersey. Blankley with it.
Yeah, and they're going to try to work quickly here, but we'll get another chance to look at it. I actually think that's Lamar Johnson.
That's Johnson.
Yeah, because he's wearing the black jersey, his
Right.
Patterson Gravedigger's jersey. But, yeah, good job. Second and third surge, if you would. Moves the sticks. I'll tell you what, since the midway point of that second period, Jersey really has dictated the tempo and the field position here.
That's what they need to do at this point of the game. Roach drops back, looking, has to roll out to his left, makes a throw down the field, but not enough juice on that football as he was falling back. That'll bring up second down. Might have had a receiver as well.
Yep. We just got a shout-out, John. So.
There we go. Haven't got a shout-out in a while. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. The guys we need to shout out are sitting in this room, guys like
Absolutely.
Earl and Sean, of course, giving us an opportunity here to, broadcast these games, between the EFA, the LAL, and, of course, with the CPSAL and Karim. We also are the official network for the CPSAL championships. We did a couple of soccer championships last year. We did their basketball championships last year. So it's only because of those guys giving us the breaks and letting us come down and showcase their products. We're very proud to do it.
It's always a pleasure. Come out. Gives us a chance to call some football. And
yeah.
It's been a great time so far. We'll see if Jersey can make this a close game. This is the type of game that deserves to be close, this all-star game. New York led 19-0 at the end of the first half. New Jersey's responded. Can they respond again? Roach drops back about an 18-step drop back, strikes all the way down the field. There it is, and it is dropped. Almost intercepted on the pass there. It bobbled up in the air for a bit and ended up falling to the ground, and that'll bring up third down.
Yeah, jump ball essentially up there, and there was enough, contact and just to break that one up. But I'll tell you what, on this drive and the last drive for New Jersey, they were 0 for in the passing game. Now they did have that one that was in the flat to start this drive, but they really haven't been able to get stuff going down the field, especially in the middle of the field in this game.
They have to find a way to do that if they're going to win this game. They sit about the 37-yard line with this ball, third down and 10. Trying to keep this game alive for Jersey. Trying to prove their worth in semi-pro. Roach, empty set. He's got 3 to his right. Looking, maybe looking to run. He's facing a ton of pressure, throws that football, and that ball is caught.
Wow.
It is caught down the field. He's down at the 10. What a throw with pressure in his face, and what a snag on the play. Mims with it. My goodness, what a play.
Yeah, you just put it up in Mims's orbit, and he's going to find a way to make a play on it. They're going to look to go quickly here. We'll try to sneak in this replay, John, if we can. But look at the hand movement by Mims here to kind of shield off the defensive back, establish position, and Sal missed it.
It's all right. So he's got a tough job up there. A lot of wind in his face.
Oh, man.
Well, I think we described it all right. Roach. Chains are down as well. Roach takes a snap, drops it. There's a fade route. Can he make the play? Yes, he does! Is he in the end zone? Mims, touchdown, New Jersey! And here they come, the kids from Jersey on the comeback. What a touchdown. And Mims making plays for the home state, and he's going to do his dance.
Well, he just made 2 exceptional plays, and almost like a basketball player in the middle of the paint, owning the paint, kind of shielding away the defensive back, establishing his position in the paint, if you would, and look at how he boxes out right at the goal line, enough of the goal line, they say, to advance it and score the touchdown. We have a brand new game, 19-12, and a very, very important 2-point conversion here, because it could be the difference if they make it of automatically taking the lead with another score.
Huge moment here for Jersey. They will take an attempt at a 2-point conversion. Roach sends a receiver in motion, sends a back in motion, drops back, has to step up, looking to maybe run this into the end zone. He's facing plenty of tackles. He's getting pushed around, and that will be stuffed.
No good.
So no conversion. It remains 19-12. So they can't automatically tie this up if they score again.
So it's a little bit of power play here, because the game, or at least on the field, they have 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. We have closer to 10 minutes left.
Right.
We probably guesswork is somewhere in between, but this is technically still a 2-score game, because it's a touchdown and either a conversion either ties or takes the lead, or if they don't get that conversion, they'll need to score twice in order to win this game, will Jersey. And I'll tell you what, New York has scored on their first 3 drives of this game, and since then they have been held scoreless. A fumble and a punt on their last 2 drives.
So a 7-point game here in the Bronx. New York still on top, 19-12. But Jersey has found a way to respond and has made this a 1-possession game, a 7-point game. They made some defensive stands. They're fighting hard in this game, trying to come back. They haven't attempted a PAT, so we don't know the kicking situation for Jersey. Don't see a kicker on the roster, but we also don't have some of these players' positions, so we're not sure if they do have a kicker, but I'm assuming not.
No.
But the kickoff coming up for Jersey, just sent and squibbed down. Returned around the 30 from New York, and New York making moves, weaving through, and they get tackled down at about that same spot they returned it at the 30.
Right, so now we'll see who comes out to play quarterback for New York. We know that Williams was shaken up a little bit after he was thrown out of bounds on the last drive to end the last drive. So we'll see. It looks like he's out there. So injury is not a factor, but let's see. I also see Rodriguez in that huddle on the New York sideline as well.
So we'll see who comes out and ends up lining up in the shotgun. Rodriguez led this team in the first half to great success. Williams has made some great plays as well, but we will see who the quarterback is. After putting in Williams, his team gave up 2 touchdowns, hasn't had the same success on drives.
It's going to be Williams.
I see Rodriguez out there. Maybe Williams still on the field.
Yep, Williams is back there. Oh, and then Rodriguez is coming back in, yeah.
Right. So Rodriguez will be the quarterback.
So they go back to Rodriguez.
Zekadim Wilson, number 1.
Yep. So Rodriguez, who has the 3 touchdown passes, is back in the game.
Yeah, we've got 2 number 1s for New York.
Right.
Wilson, who had the first touchdown catch of the day, back on the field.
Right.
So Rodriguez comes on.
That is Wilson there in the slot.
See if he goes back to him. About 3 catches on the first drive, and has been quiet since drive number 1, but that's a handoff this time, bouncing out to the outside, but gets absolutely leveled on that tackle. Looks like Pear got brought down. 2nd down and a long way to go now for New York.
Yeah, you could see kind of the swell of confidence coming up from New Jersey, however, as they were not fooled on that play. Good initial surge, and they were able to finish Pear off in the backfield. Makes it a 2nd and 14 coming up. Clock is running.
New York has been great on 2nd down today. One of their touchdowns coming on 2nd down and 19. Can they have that same magic happen again? Rodriguez drops, looks, got a quick out, picks up a bunch and a nice chunk. That's 7 or 8 for New York.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly what they need on a play like that. Cut the distance virtually in half. It'll be a 3rd and a long 6, short 7 coming up here. And now you have plenty of options. And obviously you went out of bounds on that last play. The clock on the field is still moving. But again, we've abandoned our clock because it's so unsynced with what's going on the field, and we don't know really what it is. So we'll defer to the on-field clock, which has 5 minutes and change to go.
It's a chaotic football game, so bear with everything. Still very entertaining. So a huge 3rd down in this game for New York. Jersey looking to make the stop. They might send some pressure, and oh man, a false start for New York it appears to be, and that is a killer. False start New York, that'll back them up 5, 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, so 3rd and 12, and you have to imagine, John, if they only get a yard or 2, or if it's an incomplete pass, they're going to be forced to punt again here deep in their own end of the field, and we're going to be set up for a wild finish here.
Absolutely.
And a huge play, and if you're this New Jersey side, you got to stay focused here, not commit a bad penalty. A pass interference here would be a killer. A personal foul has been a killer. They've been the benefits of some 4th down penalties. They can't give one away here. Let's see what Tony Spina has dialed up on this play.
Go Spina, who we heard from earlier in this game, before the game, pregame interviews by the great Dave Pizzuto. Rodriguez, receivers on both sides, pump fakes, runs out to his right. He's got to make a play, but he gets tackled and sent down. Might have got back to the line, might have lost one, but that will bring up 4th down for Jersey. This defensive unit has been strong. New York will have to punt.
Yeah, and John, I can't say enough on the resiliency of this New Jersey side. I mean, I thought, and I think everybody in the building or in the facility thought this was going to be a blowout after the first quarter and a half. It just looked like New York was doing everything with ease. Looked like New Jersey didn't have any sort of an answer, but it was their defense that kind of settled down a little bit, and then again, not scoring on that last drive of the first half. Definitely a strike in their column, but they built up confidence enough, and this second half has been dominated by New Jersey, absolutely dominated.
It's a tale of two halves right now.
100%.
New York was approaching a blowout early in that first half, and New Jersey, that momentum that they got from their drive at the end of the first half, and we can sit here and talk about what if they scored at the end of the first half, but the momentum that they got is here's the punt, and it will go sky high.
Good punt.
Out to the 35. Great punt even. Sishin looking to make a return, bounces, spins around the defender, and he will get down as he's continuing to be pushed just short of the 50-yard line. They're pushing this pile, so about 50 yards to go until a potential game-tying touchdown for New Jersey or taking the lead. They'll probably go for 2, I think.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I would think that this could conceivably be the final drive. I mean, especially when you look at, the amount of time that New Jersey has taken on some of their drives. As we'll get another look at the punt here.
Went absolutely sky high, and there was some great moves.
Yeah, and Sishin just got kind of slowed down a little bit, and that's really was a great play there.
Made a great move, ran into his own guy.
Yeah, it is basically the ball has been on this half of the field the entire second half. And again, John, 2:56 to go in regulation time. We don't know what the overtime rules are, so we're gonna cross our fingers and say we're not gonna have that.
Right.
And I don't think we will, because I don't think we'll see a 1-point conversion if New Jersey scores.
No.
So I think it'll be a situation where if they are able to score, they will go for 2 to try and get the win. But they're 50 yards away, and if New York has their way, they're not going to allow anything here.
They don't allow anything on that run, and they think they have the ball. Ball came out. They've got the football. New York football. First play of the game, that ball's ripped out. First play of the drive, and that's taken away from New York. And they've got the football on a turnover, and that might be it. Wow. We'll take a look at that one, obviously, and see exactly. I didn't see this ball come out.
No.
It was a handoff. It looked like that ball just got ripped away. It came right out on the tackle. A great punch. right on the ground. New York got right on it. And that may be the punctuation mark on this football game, depending on where the clock is.
Man. So what do we say during pregame, John? It's going to come down to penalties and turnovers. None bigger than that one right there. You know, the Jersey defense has been doing a sensational job. They get the ball back via the punt. Good punt return gets them to the 50, and then boom, you let down with a big turnover. And now if you're New York, Jersey has all 3 of their timeouts left, but you can essentially salt the rest of this game away.
We will be able to tell how much time's on the clock potentially based on whether New Jersey calls a timeout here.
Right.
And we haven't had the 2-minute warning yet also.
That's what I was going to say. The 2-minute warning will probably be our signal.
Right.
Unless they relay the official time up here.
Which they won't.
Yeah.
Rodriguez still in at quarterback, but you'd imagine the only possibility is a run on this moment because New York, all they have to do is drain some more clock and they will walk away as champions of the Windale Bates Jr. All-Star Classic. And if it's anything like this, we may be saying same time next year at this rate. What a football game this has been.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll get the game in New Jersey next year.
Right, maybe.
You never know.
Easier drive for all of us.
Yeah. The give, it's the pair, right.
Pair again, trying to get a yard. Gets about a yard on that play. But a great tackle and a great move. On that one from the Jersey All-Stars, Black made the tackle.
Yeah, so obviously if you're New York, you don't mind this at all. You get this clock all the way down, conceivably to the 2-minute warning.
The Bleezies have been told to cut the music off, unfortunately.
Broke up the party here.
Right, we were having a great party in Maritime College, SUNY-Maritime. But it's crunch time. Forget party time. New York looking to pick up this first down.
Yeah, they need to put a cap on this one. One that got, I think, a little bit too close for their comfort, for sure.
Right. Rodriguez awaits the snap. Takes it. He'll drop back and make a throw, and he's got a wide open receiver right up the middle, and he is gone! New York! Exclamation point! Touchdown, and why? That might do it. They were not ready for the pass, and New York will see it again. Again, that same spot. Middle of the field. Secondary at the second level hasn't been able to make tackles in this game and just streak down the field. Touchdown, New York. And that might be it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Juan Rodriguez doesn't want his season to end. That's for sure. Coming off of an LAL most valuable player in the championship game. That is his 4th touchdown pass of the evening. It's now 25-12. As they've more than doubled up here, New Jersey again, and an important extra point coming up.
That'll make it 25-12 right now. The score clock has to start down at 99 to count it.
They bypassed it.
Right, skipped all the way to 100.
The fans at home can't appreciate it because they don't have the angle right now.
Right, I know.
Of the scoreboard here, but.
Sal, go up. There you go. Oh, yeah. Hey. Well, you saw the 50. I think that tells the story enough. But counting down, 27, 25.
Yep.
25, yep.
25 is our score.
25-12 is your score. Here at SUNY-Maritime. New York on top of New Jersey, 13 points. Looking for a conversion here to make it an even larger lead.
25 right now.
Awaiting the conversion. Will the 27 on the scoreboard be predictive?
It is Williams.
Drops back. Williams here, and he's just running all the way backwards with the football. And this is not a time down. I think they think they're draining clock here.
Right.
They'll weave this around.
Oh,
Williams.
It's an all-star game. Might as well get an all-star.
Might as well have some fun. Williams is 40 yards back. They throw a pass. You can't throw it again. Big hit on the boom. Went for the tackle. Could have went for the pick, but that was quite literally a waste of time.
That's a good way to explain it. For sure. We lost some of the camera on this, man. We'll pick it up late. But let's see.
So we'll see the replay as Williams was just running back. This was a 2-point conversion, by the way, and what a hit on the other end, too.
Yep.
But no stats on that play.
That was the highlight of the play anyway. We got.
Absolutely.
So, at least on the field, there's 2 minutes to go. I think that is our 2-minute warning.
Right,
because
just
the clock was stopped there. Now, for what it's worth, Jersey has all 3 of their timeouts, but down by 2 scores here. You know, the hill they had to climb has now become a mountain.
Yep. Let's come the Appalachians. This is not how New Jersey wanted to end this game. They were right there.
Right.
Had the football and gave up a fumble on the first play of that huge drive. And New York ended up striking.
Yep, and we knew that turnovers were going to be a big part of this game. And turnover, 1 for New Jersey, and it results in 6 points the other way. And perhaps the punctuation mark on this game.
Might just be waiting just how much time is left. We believe we've just hit the 2-minute warning. We're at 1:59. So it is almost the conclusion of this matchup between Jersey and New York. Kickoff return. Looking for some laterals here. Might have been a forward pass, but it's back with Sishin. And that is pushed out of bounds. That play's pushed out of bounds. So New Jersey gets the ball back around the 45.
Yeah, so let's see if New Jersey can make this more interesting than they need to. Now, some of the personnel is going down towards where the trophy is, and at the end of this game, Sal Chuccio, our camera operator, will follow that trophy, and we'll see if we could get a read on who got the offensive and defensive MVPs for this game as well.
Right, so there is a trophy. They do have a trophy, offensive, defensive MVPs, and obviously the theme song of anti-New Jersey is this one right here. I don't know if you know about Chief Keef, Dave.
I don't. I'm sorry. I stopped being hip, I don't know, 20 years ago. Yeah.
Well, the iconic line is, you heard Rich Gerb say he was going to blow New York up.
Oh,
In this song, it's we're going to blow New Jersey up.
Ah, okay.
So that's why this song is, they were waiting to play this song the entire game.
All right. Can't wait to tell my kids that story. They'll think I'm pretty cool.
There you go. Tell them they played Chief Keef at the end of the New York-New Jersey game.
Was it Chief?
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef.
Chief
Okay.
Keef. Chicago rapper. 25-12 is your score. New York leads 13.
Desperation time. Pair of Sharks in the backfield here.
There you go. A PDF homecoming right there.
Yeah, there we go.
There's Roach dropping back. Looking for a deep ball. He's got Sishin on the sideline. Can't get that one. It was in his hands.
That was a good throw. That was a really good throw. And I don't know if Sishin picked it up a little bit late. He had the defensive back in his hip pocket, but placed pretty well.
It was good placement. Again, Sishin can't get it. We got 48 seconds on the game clock. I'm going to assume that that's right because that was a quick change.
Right.
In this game, all about salted away. We'll take a look at if this was indeed in Sishin's hands. It looked like it was, and let him enough would have been a huge gain. And if they were able to get a quick touchdown, an onside kick, magic could have happened on this field. But New Jersey now in a second down and 10.
Yeah, so down to their final gas. They'll look to hang some up high here. I'll tell you what, since Roach has come into the game and played quarterback, he's been pretty good.
Right. Delivered that touchdown when he came right in for Wise.
He does not play quarterback for the Sharks. He's usually a wide receiver.
Might get some looks next season after this, and that's incomplete out towards the sideline. So that'll make it third down and 10, and if obviously always fourth down territory at this point of the game.
I think I know some of the rhetoric or some of the, conversation after this game will probably be, well, if we would have gotten that first quarter out of the way and if we would have started so poorly, we would have won that game if you're Jersey. That's probably what you would say. And for New York, it's like great start and a great finish has really capped this game. So either way, though, unless this happens again at the end of next fall, unless, Karim and his guys and everybody else, realizes the momentum and has this again, this is bragging rights for a long time for this New York team. And you better believe it. They'll let New Jersey hear it.
They will. They absolutely will. After this game, I'm sure there'll be plenty of words exchanged. Maybe some public Facebook discussions this time that the world can witness. But as of now, it's all New York here in this rivalry game. No matter what the jerseys are, New York and New Jersey, always a rivalry at any level of sports, and especially here in the semi-pro football as Roach rolls out to his right, heaves it all the way down the field, and that ball is almost intercepted. It was tipped, almost picked off, and this game would have been over if he was able to make the play. Please, he's let him hear it.
Push off nothing. You dropped it.
4th and 10. So they'll be down to their final play, and what will most likely be the final play of this game. Perhaps a kneel down after this, maybe.
Right. He just got laid into on that drop there. That if I was playing football and I heard that from the press box,
right,
I think I would have quit on the field.
Yep. You know, backpedaling, one-handed grab. Those things are pretty tough.
It's tough, but it would have looked great, but could not make the play, and that makes it 4th down and 10.
Yep. These guys will go back and cut up this film, I'm sure, take out their best highlights and run them through.
Just the best ones.
It's a historical record. It's all on tape.
Right. Courtesy of us, a PDF with the cameras and everything on.
Absolutely. And, of course, the Bleezy's doing a great job, of course.
CPSAL TV.
Yep. I'm sure they're live at some point on Facebook today during this game.
Oh, they'll be out there. They're probably there right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Roach rolling to his left, has to loft it, and that ball is broken up, almost intercepted again. And that will just about do it. New York, 25-12. We'll see if they have to do the kneel down or if the officials will just call this game.
I think they are. Yes, I think they are. So that's it. We are going to the final graphic here.
Right, that is it. New York takes the Windale Bates Jr. All-Star Classic 25-12. Bragging rights on this side of the Hudson. Here in the Bronx, New York dominates this game. New Jersey climbed back for just a bit, but New York State in semi-pro football, New Jersey falls by 13, and that'll do it. Bragging rights, they'll go to New York as New York blares over the loudspeakers, handshake lines, and they're saying no. They're saying don't play that music. But that will do it, 25-12, Dave. This was obviously the result is not in favor of Jersey, so Jersey will have to go back and maybe kind of think of some more talent. But what an event put on by everybody involved. This was a great thing to be a part of.
Yeah, you know, everybody, obviously it's personal for a lot of these players, the coaches, of course, even the guys in the box in here. And, of course, you hear the public address playing New York, New York. But what it was a showcase of talent, the area's best players. You know, in the metro area, these are the best of the best. These are the finest ball players that give it up every single week, John. These guys, obviously, no big contracts here, no shoe deals, no television contract, unless you count us, of course. But they do it for the love of the game, and they put on a great show for guys like us and you and me and all these guys in attendance, their families, their friends. We appreciate them putting on that talent showcase for us. We were promised a good game. We thought it wasn't going to be, but it ended up being a very good game, very competitive in the second half. And if not for that late touchdown by New York, who knows? We might still be playing. But a great game. We got treated to a good one. We thank everybody at the CPSAL for allowing us to do this. Corinne McFarland, Rich Gerb on the other side for organizing this game. These games, John, are not easy to pull off logistically, and they didn't do it with a lot of time. They maybe got this together, I want to say, about 8 weeks ago, maybe 6 to 8 weeks ago, but to get the venue, the trophies, the DJ who's been absolutely fabulous, you know, obviously the job coming here and covering it as well. It's great. You know, it's really awesome, and to be a part of it, even better.
Phenomenal being a part of it. Nakir Mims with 2 touchdowns for New Jersey. Shannon James caught a big touchdown. Kadeem Wilson opened the game with a touchdown. New York puts up 25 points.
Yeah, I think Kareem Wilson has one of those. Kadeem Wilson has one of those trophies in his hand.
Yes.
Number 1.
Has the offensive player.
I think he does. I think he's holding one of those trophies. So he
Believe
might
so.
have been awarded. Oh, no, actually, no, they're still on the table.
They are still on the table. Okay,
yeah.
we didn't do a.
So he's holding something on. Might be
Yeah.
a cigar or something.
That might be a cigar. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's just already ready to celebrate before getting. Maybe he is eligible for that award. He had a great game offensively.
Yeah.
Not sure if we'll get an official trophy presentation, but that might take too long. So
Yeah, we'll see here. Let's see if I'd like to at least see if they give the trophy out or
right. There's the actual trophy for winning this game that we'll see if that becomes a thing, because I'd imagine that they'd want to do this again. That trophy sits on the table.
Yep.
It's a bronze football.
Yeah, it looks like a replica of the Lombardi Trophy,
Right.
maybe a little smaller and golden in color.
Seems that guys are ready to
They
present
are
these
they
trophies.
are getting it. I'm not sure if Sal will be able to pick it up.
We shall see if he will be able to. They're ready to give. New York didn't even think about grabbing the trophy. I'm surprised nobody just went and grabbed it after the game was over. They might just be taking these puppies home.
Yep, and it will be making its way. They are trying to get the New York players collected.
Right. New York's ready to go home. They're ready to go back to the locker rooms and celebrate this win over New Jersey. They're ready to post on Facebook and get this done. And,
And
he's got those trophies.
Steph Cologne is the one holding the trophy. He has the orange pants there. Let's get our graphic down off the screen.
Right, so we can see everything.
We can see him. But he's heading there now. In case and nobody knows, Steph Cologne, who actually has the trophy in hand, he plays quarterback for the Jersey Bearcats Arena football team. Of course, he's a longtime semi-pro player, played in the EFA and for a long time as well. But we'll be featuring him in this spring for the Jersey Bearcats. He's one of the 3 Bleezies and who hosts the Bleezy Show every Thursday on their Facebook page.
Coach Spina looking to get ready to maybe hold that trophy first. Don't think we have – maybe we'll get some speeches, never know. That would be fun. But, again, big time for New York in the EFA, LAL. So they win the EFA, New York, win the LAL. But eventually, in terms of these players, it was not about what team you played for. It was where your home state was. So a bit more of that juice added to it.
Yep.
But a clean sweep in the semi-pro New Jersey area, New York, New Jersey area leagues, they end up doing it.
Yeah, and basically what it does is it gives them bragging rights for a year to say, look, on the field, individually, through the states and through the teams that represent us, we reign supreme for a year, and the better players are from New York. Jersey, of course, will argue that they just had the better day today, and on any other day they might have pulled off a win. But either way, great bragging rights for these guys in white, and they're in their home state here in the Bronx and put on a really nice show for us and a really great summer and fall as well, John, for us. Like I said, we started in early August with our coverage of the EFA. We covered the Jersey Sharks of the LAL. We did some games offline for the Jersey Sharks as well. We covered some of their games film only for the coaching staff, so we got to see a lot of them, and we got to see a lot of LAL games, although we didn't broadcast some of them. And, semi-pro football keeps us busy, these months, and it's thanks to those 2 leagues. And then to see, 75 or 80% of these rosters made up of these kids that come from these organizations, it's great to cap it this way, and it's a great way to cap our football season in the fall, and we'll get ready again in March.
Right. There's not too much time for it to slow down. He got it.
Looks like Tariq Noble got the defensive MVP. He was the one dancing around there. And I don't think it's going to be any question that Juan Rodriguez is going to win MVP on the offensive side. He threw for 4 touchdowns today.
Should get it. Unless if he passes it off. Team pictures for New York, and those pictures definitely be out there. But New Jersey will have to look at those pictures and think, okay, how do we become that? How do we get the trophy next time? But New York, and if this becomes a yearly thing, we'll see if New York can maybe repeat. But for now, New York takes it 25-12 in the Windale Bates Jr. All-Star Classic. Thank you to everybody involved. David gave out all of his thank yous, but for everybody here, I've been John McCooch. Thank you all so much. New York, 25-12, but we We'll see you another time.